The 2023 presidential and general elections are just ahead, and Liberians will go to the polls on October 10th to vote and choose new leaders to govern the nation. And one name that stands out among the rest is Alexander Benedict Cummings, an astute statesman of national and international integrity, national standard bearer and first partisan of the collaborating political parties CPP. Vote Alexander Benedict Cummings and Councillor Charlie BRUMSKINE, President and Vice President for a better Liberia, for massive and decent paid jobs with equal access to jobs and opportunities, irrespective of your political, social, or ethnic background. Vote Cummings and BRUMSKINE for a better economy where the nation's wealth will be fairly distributed for the benefit of all. For a genuine enforcement and implementation of a sound Liberianization policy that sets aside certain businesses exclusively for Liberians. Vote Cummings and BRUMSKINE for improved and better health care, better quality education, and better care for retired and old people. Vote Cummings and BRUMSKINE for support through loans to farmers for increase in food production for the nation. Vote Cummings and BRUMSKINE for a better judiciary and genuine enforcement of law and order.
My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived two deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bummy and Kipmount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Ses, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia. My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived two deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bummy and Kipmount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Ses, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Bati, Alexander coming, Bati. Zekwe, CPP, Zekwe, Charlie Broski, Zekwe. I want, za. Party house. Stand up the road. Well. Who you want? My Liberian people, who you want? Our market women crying, who you want? Our Yana boys are crying, who you want? Zoba. Handkerchief. Take out your white handkerchief. Let's go. Everybody sing go far. Look how can they say that coming where we want. But me can't they coming where we want. Very like they coming where we want. Nima can't they coming where we want. Basa can't they that coming where we want. Get my can't they that coming where we want. Papa we I say that coming where we want. Regular I can't say that coming where we want. Musa Belete I say who you want. Mama Teresa coming who you want. Well, bravo. Adebe. Oh.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. We're sorry for the lateness, but anyway, Siddiqui is on radio. I had other things to take care of this morning. You know, it's not easy. You got to do your own little stuff, and then before coming on. But the radio is on right now, so I'm just waiting for Siddiqui to bring me on. And sorry for the inconvenience because I saw 4 different texts from some people, and asking why I'm not coming on today. You forgot to send me the address. No, I sent you my address.
Okay, just pause the music and I'll start off. Don't start.
Silent.
No. Pause the music. Okay, folks. We are back on. Sorry, I have to mute myself because we were setting something up to bring in a general on the show. We started the show early on today because he had something he was doing. So now he's on now. So Mr. Kishan, welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Good to have you on.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Yes.
Thank you. And to those of you who listen to us by the way of radio, we want to say TGIF. We say thank God it's Friday, and I hope you're doing good. I'm very sorry because I had some personal stuff I had to take care of. But as usual, Siddiqui is on the ground, and I want to say thanks to everyone for your patience. And we are doing what we're supposed to do. This is election time. We got few more days. We got less than Siddiqui. How many days we got left again?
Well, hello, you hear me?
Yeah, we got
We have just few weeks. I don't know the exact date, but we have few weeks to go. But less than
got for the
40 days.
got 46 more days to go. We
Oh,
got 40
46 more days. Okay, okay,
46
great.
more days to go. We expect you to already pick a side. But for the silent voters, we understand you will not show up because you will not show your face because you know what you want for Liberia. But my Liberian people, let me tell you this. Don't be moved by crowd. Don't be moved by the news that you will see around. We want you to look at your candidates. Who is the best ready candidate to prepare to create jobs? Who has the international contact? Who has the ability to make decisions? Who you think can be a better president for Liberia? This is what you look at. Please do not look at popularity. Popularity will not put food on your table. Oh, this man get the government experience. There is nothing they call government experience. Only the so-called educated people will lie to you. Government experience do not put food on your table. Government experience are taking us nowhere. The only thing government experience will tell you, this man spent 42 years in government. This man spent 25 years in government. Oh, this man never worked with government. There is nothing different from working with government and working with a private sector. In fact, working with a private sector, you are a hard working person because the private sector don't joke. In the government, there are a lot of things. That's why they tell you when you're in government, they expect you at least 50 plus 1%. That means if you can go 50%, it's better. In a private sector, it's just like you go into a public school. When you go into a public school, they say you made 50 and 70, you can pass. In a Catholic school or private school, they tell you 70, you fail. You got to go 75 or 80. Then you pass. It's the same way in the private sector because you know the private people don't joke. So people who work in the private sector, I'm not telling you that if you work in a private, or for government, that means you not know. Even in the government don't pay. Civil servants do not pay according. People who work with Coca-Cola, people who work with Firestone, people who work with other companies, they make more money than government employees. But government employees got more benefits. But only in Liberia, you work in the private sector, you make more money than government. That is the difference. So you got someone who has the experience, who his entire life, he worked in the corporate world, vice president and chief executive officer. This man has the record, the proven record that he know how to negotiate. He have met presidents around the world. He went to the top of everything. If that other country today, trust me, I had a Ghanaian friend who said, I wish we had Mr. Cummings in our country. But let me tell you this today. Alex Cummings is the candidate. He's walking around. He telling you, he asking you, this is what can we do together. Mr. Cummings, since 2016, he moved in Liberia. He never went anywhere. He lived in home. He moved home, my people. That is how many Liberians who got everything and moving home today? Nobody want to move home. Right after the election, everybody would leave. And Simeon Freemium, he took part in the election 2017. You heard him. After the election, he done. All the candidates left, even including President Weah. After the election, he left. Now he's running behind you, and people are booing him all over the place, and they're pretending as if they can win first round when he never in his lifetime, he never got more than 40% before. How can you win in the second round when the Liberian people don't have jobs? The children are not going to school. There is no security. There is no business in the country. No companies come in the country. So tell me, because you pave a road, that means we should re-elect you when our people are suffering, prices are going up high every day, and we see them driving all the big cars, we see them enjoying themselves, building houses, and you expect us, if Liberia, if you will go and re-elect President Weah, that means something wrong with us. We cannot re-elect President Weah. We will tell President Weah, thank you for serving 6 years, and we bring in a new person. Alexander Cummings is the best person. He has the track record. He's a clean hand. He's a clean hand. He never worked in that government. Imagine this man is in Liberia. He got everything, but you never heard him into any corruption. Corruption is our biggest problem. Most of the politicians in Liberia are afraid of Mr. Cummings because they think the man wants spoil the chopping. Today now the man wants spoil the chopping because the man get money, so he won't come and make things hard for us. Look at Nathaniel Magay. Look at the people that are around you, the people that you voted for 5 years ago. They are millionaires right in your eyes, right in front of your face, and your people, your children still living in poverty. Right in front of your eyes. Then you telling me that you enjoying it? Right in front of your eyes, you enjoying it? Oh yes, and I just let President we are. No, this is not liking business. We cannot vote for president based on popularity. We can't vote for someone because he said, oh, the president working government for 40 years, so let's just help. Let's just do it. Then let's just do it. Your life is on the line. Your children's life is on the line. We work for somebody. We vote for somebody because what they can do. Their track record. This man can create job. He has the ability. This man gave us a platform. President we ever gave us a platform? No. UP ever gave us a platform? No. Tiawan Gonglo gave us a platform? No. They send their people on Facebook and talk and make it look like everything is good. They refuse to go for debate. They don't want to debate the issue because they don't want you to ask a question. Just recently, Mr. Bwaka was at the radio station. He refused to answer a question. They said they're not taking no calls. But when Mr. Cummings go to the station, everybody calling and he answered every question. Other people go to the station. Mr. Weah don't go to the station. Mr. Bwaka don't go to the station. And you will never see Mr. Bwaka to the station again. So you see, my Liberian people, these people think that we don't have sense. They think that we're not smart enough. We're not nobody. They will continue to fool us. Enough is enough. Enough. To our silent voters, people who don't want to show their faces, you know the real deal. You know Liberia is in your hands. To the young people of Liberia, you just out of high school, you out of college, you cannot even find a job. Government job. Government job is not the solution, my people. When you get a country where the government spends 60% of the national budget just to pay salary, we ain't ready. How can we fix the agriculture system? How can we fix the jobs problem? How can we fix the healthcare problem? How can we put food on our table? How can we stop the Oma and help the Oma who get water business and can open water company? How can we help our people who get small business and increase? Mr. Cummings said, listen, I got it down on paper. $20 million that will help our small businesses. And I will be honest with you, small businesses are the bedrock. When you put money into anything you put money in, you will succeed. That is why Mr. Cummings been going around the country. Mr. Cummings not slowing down. The Liberian people, we believe in you. We believe in you. We got the past, we got the present, and we got the future. We voted 2017, we said we wanted change. Not because the change never worked the way you wanted, that means we should go backward. You almost telling me that because you're in a car and the car have a nasty accident, so when they bring the ambulance, you will not get inside because you're in a car. No. President Weah failed us. We believe in President Weah, but he failed us. So we must try another change. Look at the candidates. Who telling you the truth? Mr. Cummings said, stealing. I will fight stealing. He said corruption. Stealing. We will fight it. We're not perfect human beings, but we'll be honest with our people. We're looking for somebody that will control our money. There's a survey that was done. They say among all the people who can control the money, who can keep your money, who can control your resources, Mr. Cummings alone gets 70%. They say who can create job? Mr. Cummings got 60%. They say who can be a better president? Mr. Cummings got more. But when they come, they say who the most popular president? They say Joe, we are popular. So you won't vote for somebody. Popularity can put food on your table? No. Popularity can put food on your table. They say, oh, this man, we like this man. It can put food on your table. Our fathers, our mothers, they don't even have a job. All our professional Liberians have turned to be professional beggars. What kind of country we operate in? You want to go back into another 6 years, or you want to continue with a hard 6 years? My Liberian people, why are we doing this to ourselves? The people are saying that we are the problem. Yes, because we're voting for them. We are the same ones singing behind the same people who destroy our lives. Before I leave and go over to my next panelist, let me tell you this. They got two types of rogue. They get a rogue that you see in the street that can check your bag, check your cell phone, come to your house and steal your TV. But a particular rogue, they can choose who to steal from. They can steal from everybody. But we got a political rogue that steal from us, steal our future, steal our children's future, kill or destroy our life. Look at Edwin Snow. How can a government waive $14 million and only took $5 million? You believe it? Listen, man, we can't drink water through our nose. We got good candidates running, but because they ain't give you 5 cents, they ain't give you money, so you vest. You get Victoria in Monserrado County who going from door to door. But you got Sir Joseph who already got money, building schools. When the last time he talked about Tottenham High? But he got plenty of schools. Whole senator, representative, former representative, and senator. The man bought buses. They have own buses. So tell us now, you got a Akara Gray who don't live in your district, and you still telling me that you want to bring a Akara Gray back. I would take Rufus over a Akara Gray any day. Rufus Newell was removed because of George Weah. The last 2 elections, because they felt that Rufus Newell never paid a certain amount of money to them, so they removed him through the primary and brought in a Akara Gray. How can a president go to Bombing Hills and say, oh, you should vote for Setoma? How can a president tell us we should vote for Buffer Chambers or vote for the deputy speaker in Grand Crew? My people, the president himself, the corruption started from the president's office. Today, you see ministers, you see deputy ministers all over the place. The government shut down. The government shut down. Nobody working because of election. If this president is going to do a good job, he can stay camping, but he will not worry himself. But because he knows that he's terrible. And my Liberian people, don't let the people of the past come back to fool you. Don't let the people of the past come back to fool you. UP got nothing to offer us. UP has nothing to offer us. They say you should give them power first before they tell you what they're going to do. You listen to them on the campaign trail. All we hear is slogan. All we hear, they cussing each other. Even in their own camp, they're fighting. The video is all over here. Jeremiah Kuhn supporters fighting Mr. Bwaka supporters because the Jeremiah Kuhn is frustrated. There is no money, and the other people, they're planning to do this to Jeremiah Kuhn. The other people say Jeremiah Kuhn planning to take Mr. Bwaka out. My Liberian people, let us be honest here. Government job, we need to scrutinize everybody. Mr. Bwaka, and I will say it, we want to do it, it's up to you. I know you vote for people because you love them. But when we reach here now, we got to play the hard game. We will tell you the truth. So tomorrow you can say we didn't tell you. We cannot bring UP back to power. Bringing UP back to power is no different from keeping George Weah. Then keep George Weah. Because my real truth here, don't go backward. We cannot go backward. If you think that the present is okay, keep your present. But please, we can't go backward. We cannot go backward. I'd rather suffer for 6 years than to suffer for 15 years. I'm serious about it. I'm not going to hide my intent, my feelings here. Because bringing UP back to power, you are creating another 15 years hardship. Because if UP want to come back to power, let them challenge us. Let them tell Mr. Cummings or tell the other candidates what they can do better. Because we know the record of UP. We know what Mr. Bwaka did in his last 12 years. Because if Mr. Bwaka said he was on his own lane, then Mr. Bwaka is not honest to us. The last time Mr. Bwaka told us he was a racing car and a parking for 12 years. The other day, Mr. Bwaka told us I was the last person sitting in the room with Madam Salif. Just recently, there's a tape all over the place, and I will let Sidiki to play that tape. Mr. Kuhn, Senator Kuhn, he said 2017 was okay for Mr. Bwaka. He said right now, Mr. Bwaka is not okay. Mr. Bwaka, his brain is going down the drain. I'm not the one who said it. I'm quoting Senator Kuhn, the vice stand-up bearer. He said the truth. Mr. Prince Johnson, who is the face of UP today, imagine yourself. Bringing Mr. Bwaka back to power is like you telling me that Prince Johnson will be in charge of going after people in the night. Because in Nima County today, they're telling people that, that the people, that they give people time to come and take over. Because if Mr. Bwaka president, it will not be no, they all know. You saw Mr. Bwaka on radio, my people, for God's sake. Everybody going to get old. I will get old one day. Anything can happen to me. Anything can happen to you. But Liberian people, Mr. Bwaka not running for private job. Mr. Bwaka is not running to be managing director for some kind of private company. Mr. Bwaka is running to be president. And when the president is not active, if the president is absent-minded, that is where corruption comes in. They ask this Mr. Bwaka question. We all heard it. Mr. Bwaka cannot even remember the question they asked him. So tell us now, my people. When you owe. Everybody going to be owe. Don't feel bad. It is our right to tell you the truth. It is your right to say it or to listen to it. But let's be honest here. President Weah, who someday he think that he feeling old. Ellie Johnson in her second term, the old age were catching up with her. That is why you see people were stealing. But we in a studio, we listen to President VP Monuba. He said Liberia is 196 years old. Today, I see UP people trying to justify. The same thing they can do to President Weah when he made a mistake. Then they say, oh, you know the president. My people, that Mr. Bwaka running for president. Dillon not running for president. Not even Jeremiah Kuhn not running for president. Mr. Bwaka is the one who running for president. We want to hear from him how you will fix the economy, how you will create jobs. Don't tell me that after the whole thing, then we'll come up the same way CDC lied to us. But Mr. Cummings is clear. The Cummings and Charlene, Cummings and BRUMSKINE team, the CPP, the agenda is clear. We need a better infrastructure. We need to create jobs. We need a better agriculture. We will spend the money on agriculture. You know what I'm saying? We will make Liberia or agro-based economy. We will make sure that our schools, our teachers are trained. You're not just saying, oh, we must go to school. No. Before you get a good school, you must train the teachers. Then from there, he said that we'll get our health care. We will get better hospitals, clinics, and primary health care. Then all Liberians should be able to work. We will look for the money. We will stop corruption. We will reduce the salaries. We will buy cheaper cars and looking good. So let me just stop there, and I will bring my brother John in. He's in Indiana. You mute. How are you? How are you this morning, my brother? How was you this morning? You mute. Unmute yourself. Okay, since we can't hear you, try to check your audio. Sirigi. Okay, I think Sirigi.
Yeah, Mr. Kishan.
Okay, so what is trending in right now? What are some of the activities that we expecting, and how the campaign trail going? I see you guys been walking. Mr. Cummings doing what, meet and greet, going into era where there's no planned activities, but he just walking onto people and going to meet the people that's supposed to vote for him.
Yeah. Yesterday, Mr. Cummings was in District 16, and this morning there have been a distribution of flyers in the street, currently at Vamuma. I think that exercise have ended because it lasted for 2 hours. And so today, Mr. Cummings will be on closing argument, and I played his interview with Voice of Africa with Jim Borty before you could come on. It was a powerful one where he talked to his supporters to be peaceful in the election time. And if someone wants to mock you, you just go away. And he emphasized that the president and the government have the responsibility to protect the election because they have the security and they are the one appointing the National Election Commission, which is true. And he go further by demystifying that propaganda out there that about the one round victory by both the CDC and the Unity Party, which he emphasized that is not possible and which is correct because if you look at the history of elections in Liberia, it's not possible that a single party can win on a first ballot. That's a nonsense statement from both the CDC and Unity Party. And so he stressed on that. And so what I was saying to our people is that we should be careful in this crucial time. Let's be fed back a little bit because if you come to Monserrato today, Mr. Kishen, the president or the CDC, they have barricaded the entire street with Georgia picture. Only to send a message. I don't know, but this is just, to tell the people that they are not performing. The president go to rally. The president now should be telling the people what he did in the 6th year. But the president is not telling the Liberian people. The president goes to bombing, and then the people booing at the president. And then the CDC people want to come on Facebook and tell you they're going to win on the first ballot. Can you imagine that? Even though they talk about 5 to 6 NTA buses to bombing, but people still boo at them, tell them that we don't want you. But you still they want you and myself to believe that. And for the Unity Party to tell the government that this is not possible, your plan to rig or cheat the election is not going to work, but they themselves to join the CDC. And so on the unlike cases, if the CDC come up and say they win on the first ballot, can the United Party say it's not possible? Because they themselves to say they win on the first ballot.
And Sidiki, let me ask you, Sidiki, now you were in Liberia. Your first election, you voted 2005 or you voted 2017?
No, I voted 2011.
Okay.
2011
now,
doing wisdom statement.
Sidiki, let me ask you this before we go to now. Let me ask you this. When the two parties, when they were so popular, when George Weah had no record and everybody was behind George Weah, did President Weah ever cross 40% on his own?
No.
With his collaboration, in fact, with only CDC alone, President Weah never went more than 28%. And then with his collaboration, the NPP and whatsoever, they never crossed 38%. Even in the first round, 2017, they stopped to 38. Now let me ask you this question, Sidiki. 2005, 2011, did Unity Party ever win more than 40% in the election?
No, absolutely.
Why
no.
now? That's what I'm Liberian people, please.
What I'm seeing here, Mr. Kishen,
they can cheat.
what I'm seeing here is that the people are underestimating the thinking of the Liberian people. And the reason they're doing that is because the kind of system that they have created in the country to think that the people can think for themselves. Because think about it, Mr. Kishen, the two parties that are claiming first one victory, they are the same people that have created a mess that we are in today.
Yeah.
Thinking that the people will reward them by creating a kind of mess with a first one victory, it's like you are underestimating the people. You are telling the people that they can think for themselves. They don't even know much. And so they're going to reward you with a first round victory. Which is on the contrary, because if I can say this to you, Mr. Kishen, the international pool that you are doing analysis on Monday, 40% of Liberians are undecided voters. And let's come to, maybe you'll say the international pool, they are not credible. But the census that was conducted by the government, they came up and said 5 million people population. The NEC voter registration exercise, NEC came up and said 2.some million people register. So if Liberians really interested into this election team, 4 million people could have registered. But this is to tell the Liberians are frustrated. The people are disappointed. You go to certain places, it's hard to push a message only because of the failure of the Unity Party and the CDC. When you come here to talk about one round victory, it's not going to happen.
Let me bring,
will beat you all, and then we'll change this country for all.
Let me bring my brother in.
Let's
let me
let's talk to our brother there,
yeah.
brother. Yeah.
Let me. I will give this question that I want you to weigh in this. Like what Sidiki just said, these two parties are calling for first round victory. And listen, they say what you did yesterday, you can do it today. If you went to a marathon or you were participating in a tournament and maybe you took third place and you take or second place, or even if you win, when you're going back to that same tournament, that means you're preparing yourself to go back. But there is no way you can be in a second place or a third place and think that you will just go over there and win when you never ever reach there. Unity Party never got 40% of the vote on their own. You say, let me tell you, the Unity Party don't mind it. It's just like CDC. Unity Party is comprised of
more than them.
Action Party, the Jackson Doe Party, the Pole Party. All these parties joined together. Ellen brought them together. But this party never, 2005, 2011, never took 40% of the vote in the first round. CDC never took 40%. But now, where we got the same 20 candidates, in fact, 2017 we had less than 20. They never took the first round. 2017 we had 22 candidates. Now we got where Liberian eyes are open. They are going around. What you think? What are telling us? Where in that? Because I'm still a little confused. Why are they confusing our people?
You know, Siame, first of all, good morning to you and Sidiki. And to our listener, good morning. My name is Nya Volule, and I'm calling from the state of Indiana in the United States. Well, Sidiki said it right. Those people, they are riding on the ignorance of our people. You know, they created a system, make our people to believe that whatever they say, that's the truth, and they should follow it. You know, before I go to that question, I want to speak to our younger folks. We are the majority voters. We are the majority decision maker in this election. You know, so do not let people to just pull you by your nose and do things against your will. We are the majority voters. Tomorrow, if we elect people today and we're crying about them tomorrow, we should blame ourselves because we are the one that voting them in power. We're not vetting them right. That's why we continue to cry. Look at it this way. George Weah was booed in bombing. What did he tell you? George Weah told you that he don't care. And George Weah mean that what he told you, he meant what he said. Because for the past 6 years, George Weah have not cared about you. You only care about the citizens. When something major about the country happening, instead of George Weah addressing it, George Weah will they respect you by going to the studio and making fun out of what is hurting you. When our brothers and sisters are dying, are getting killed, instead of George Weah coming out to address it, he will prefer going to the studio and make fun out of you. They're respecting you and cussing you, telling you that you nobody, you're not the one that put me there. I'm only seeking seditions or interest. So he don't care about you, the young people in the country. George Weah was popular. You follow George Weah. When Manasarif and Joe Barker were in power, George Weah, you joined George Weah. You told Manasarif and Joe Barker that they were corrupt. You joined George Weah. You were in the street every day. Today, you put George Weah there with popularity. George, you in the street again and you crying. There is no food on your table. You can't afford to pay for your child's school fee. You can't even afford your daily bread. And George Weah coming out to tell you that he don't care about you, and you still there clapping for them, clapping for them, and you trying to give them power again. Are you immune to suffering? Are you immune to suffering? When will you be respected in your own country? When you got to make an informed decision this time around. This is a time that if you make any mistake, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You have nobody because the information are there for you. Nobody has to teach you. No professor has to put it on the blackboard for you to know. Your information are there. You get smartphones are everywhere on social media every day. Look, Look, what made Joe Biden? Why you think Joe Biden going to be different than the CDC government? Joe Biden will even be worse than the CDC government. You know why? Because when things that matter to the country happening, instead of Joe Biden addressing it, he will add that nothing happened. That's the same thing that CDC government is doing. Yesterday, what happened? Someone who is close to Joe Biden, who is pushing the agenda of Joe Biden, was convicted as criminal. Joe Biden, instead of he coming up, they added nothing happened. They went on their platform. They added nothing happened. That's a complete disrespect to you. That's a complete disrespect to the nation as a whole that Joe Biden is trying to lead. Tomorrow, when they still in Joe Biden government, as long as you in a circle, they will add that nothing happened that CDC is doing. Samuel 12 mismanaged our 25 million. He said he gave it to money children in the street. They added nothing happened. Party chairman, how you call him? The CDC party chairman came up and told us that they were pushing money all over in Rebaro and in Pecotro. CDC George, we didn't come and tell us anything. And Joe Biden is practicing the same thing. He's practicing the same thing. Joe Biden cannot come and address any things that is hurting the country. He can't address it. He added nothing happened. So tomorrow, when you make a mistake, God forbid, you elect Joe Biden and his gangs, you will see, if you think you're suffering on a judge, it will even be worse because they're practicing it right here. You're seeing it. They're telling you this is what we're going to continue to do when we get to power, and you're seeing it and you're still behind them. So my fellow Liberians, do not follow popularity. These are all scams. They're respecting you by telling you that it's a one-round victory. That's what they respect to your intelligence. They're telling you that you don't know nothing. You elected popularity. You elected, or how you call it, the so-called Dara Delon, the light, to put you on the right path. But Dara Delon, instead of putting you on the right path, he pushing you to the darkness, which is United Party right now. Because why? It's for his own interest. It's for his own interest. Because he wants to continue to control things. When United Party government come back again, he will continue to control things. So where is the light that we put him there to shine on in the dark places? The dark places is Joseph Boakai. Why you can't shine a light on Joseph Boakai that the man cognitively he's not capable of leading this country again? If you read it honest to yourself and to the nation and to the people that put you there, Dara Delon, why you can't come out and stand up and have that courage enough to tell the nation that this man, I love him, yeah, but he's not able to lead our people again. But today, you behind them, you clapping, they're telling you this is what we'll continue to do. And when you put them there, CDC did it. CDC came out, he did get on any platform. We put them there. Today, we're suffering the consequences of our action. So he's doing the same thing again. Those people coming without platform, they're not telling you what they're going to do, but they're coming you with empty promises that, oh, when we get there, we will prosecute or corrupt leaders. Today, somebody in your circle, why you can't, if you will tell us that you will prosecute corrupt leaders by starting it now, telling us that, Stanton, you were convicted by the United States government, yeah, we want you to take a step away from the campaign because this is not what we want for our country. We love you, but take a step away from the campaign. We don't want you to talk on behalf of us. But you're acting and nothing happened, you'll go. When something like that happens, you'll go on your platform. You can't even talk about it. That's a complete disrespect to the nation, to the people, and to the country as a whole. Fellow Liberians, especially the young people, the country, the decision this year is in our hand because we are the majority decision maker this time around. So if you make mistake, you crying tomorrow, cry in your own name. Don't cry in anybody name, in another leader name, because why? The leaders are telling you by their action, this is what we'll continue to do, and you're still behind them. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, you set it up. And let me just buttress. My Liberian people, y'all listen to this. And y'all can listen to Spoon. In America, yeah, the people don't joke. The man who owns Spoon used to yell at man on radio every day. He cussing people. Every day he cussing people. But just to find out the man who talking about corruption, the man is the #1 corrupt man in America. The crime the man created is supposed to kill people. In fact, the people say, they're asking the Liberian people in America, they say if you were a victim, That means maybe you went to a school and you get fake degree. Sue him. The people say that man will go. For the man say he do nothing. But yesterday the man went to the courthouse. The man pleaded guilty. The man pleaded guilty. The American government seized everything that he got. They took a passport. They say he will not vote in America again. He will not take part in no politics. But they can't talk about Liberian politics now because they don't care. The man get American citizenship. So that one, yeah, he get dual citizenship. But this man, in November 2nd, you see, America can tell you, say, that tomorrow will jail you. America, not in Liberia. They set the man, they said they will jail him on November 2nd. That when he will go to jail. Either he will go to jail for 20 years or maybe a lawyer will beg. So that one, I can't tell you how many years, but the people say it's a 20 years crime. But guess what? When Mr. Bwaka came to America, the last trip, and I challenged them. The next thing you know, like people say, show the proof, show the proof. Stanton gave Mr. Bwaka $250,000. Real cash. And I will tell you, Mo Ali was there. One boy called Victor Kaiser was there. And other people were there. They met at a hotel near Stanton House. $250,000. Mr. Bwaka will not criticize it. You know what the boss saying today? The boss said, oh, Mr. Bwaka will win. So by the time Mr. Bwaka win, maybe my lawyer will beg for a few years, then they can deport me when I go back to Liberia, I will get my money. So this man, the man who talking about corruption, these are some of the things we're talking about. Liberian people, we know everybody can go hustle. But the kind of crime that man committed, you will soon start watching, they will make a movie out of it. This man, the crime he committed, this man took $114 million from the American people for the health care. This man gave fake degree. Okay?
Sigi, we're hearing you. Mute yourself.
You okay, Sidiki?
Yeah, you got why?
So you see that the same people today telling you, Mr. Cummings, in fact, he said Mr. Cummings attract a female. Thank God for that. But Mr. Cummings, let me say this. Mr. Cummings is the only man. What's going on, Sidiki? You're freezing up.
I
Sidiki.
think we will have to open the phone line shortly so that we can take some calls from.
Okay, we'll soon be going to call, but let me just end this. So these are the kind of problem we're talking about.
Trying to
We got
reconnect with Mr. Kishan. A little bit bad. We are trying to reconnect.
You know, we're having
So keep following.
we're having a network problem there.
yeah.
Do you hear me, Mr. Kishan?
I can hear you,
We
Sidiki.
can hear you now.
You can hear me? You can hear me, Sidiki?
Then we can close it off because we are running out of time.
You can hear me?
Mr. Kishan, are you there?
I'm here, Sidiki.
Okay, let's
we
take
can hear
some
you.
calls, folks. You can put in your calls on 0776 33 827 are the numbers to call, and you will be live on Truth 96.1. 776 339898 or 0555 are the numbers to call, and you'll be live on Truth 96.1. Let's take our first caller. We'll take a few more calls. We'll be out of here because I don't know. The internet is starting to turn pike. So let's take some calls. 0776 339898 or 0555 2238.
Okay, we're having a network problem right now in Liberia, you know, with the rain, and it's raining on this side here too, but I think it just stopped. We're having a network problem. That is why you see Sidiki was not getting us and we're not getting him. But maybe he will come back on. And so now you see these are some of the things we talk about here. You know, the National Election Commission, was once filled with Unity Party members, and then CDC have filled it up. So these two parties think that they will use the influence, they will use the people within the National Election Commission. They will use the people to steal this election. Because if you say that CDC can win first round, and you saying that you can win first round, CDC say you can win first round. So they are the only two parties in Liberia people should look at. Let be honest here. We don't have two parties. But my point here is that they're not even telling us what they will do better than CDC, or what Mr. Bwaka think that he will do better than Ellen Johnson. But I listen to this man who continue to blame Ellen Johnson. George, we are blame Ellen Johnson after Ellen Johnson left in a government and said the only problem with the government here was I failed to fight corruption and I failed to unite the Liberian people. Mr. Weah, you were once peace ambassador. Just concentrate on these two things. This president came and dismantled the entire government. Until today, no plans. The president get up as if they're running some social club and say, I mean, what we chilling today? This government had, then we got Mr. Bwaka coming in, cannot even defend his former boss legacy. The government that you were part of, then he said, oh, I was on my lane. Oh. I was just on my lane. I didn't say nothing. They asked the man question about his platform, ARTS. All we hear, road, agriculture, road, education, sanitation. Then he said sanitation and health. Then he said tourism. That's it. Break it down for us. That's just a word you gave us. Oh, Liberian people think because we respect other people in Liberia now. Say we respect other people in Liberia, we just give it to the old man. But my Liberian people, let me tell you call your people back home. These people fail us. Even, yeah, you won't believe it in Lofa County. The young people in Lofa County are gravitating to Monima.
Of course.
The older people in Lofa County, they register too much. They got more young people. The young people are progressing. They say, well, you think we'll just rely on Mr. Bwaka? The people's eyes are open. So what you make about the people telling us? Yeah. They're not telling us what they will do. But yet they say we shouldn't compare them. And guess what? One of the things before you come in, they say the more we talk about Mr. Bwaka, that means we're running Mr. Bwaka campaign. Okay. So the way they talking about CDC, they're running CDC campaign too? Or the way CDC talking about them, CDC running the campaign? No, your spell that crap. Who beg your man?
They know that we are educating the people. What they don't want is for the people to be educated. That what they don't want. So when you hear them talking that, oh, you're running Bronca campaign, you're running CDC campaign, blah blah, because they know that we're saying the truth to the people, and the minds of the people are opening, and the eyes of the people are opening. You see that? So they don't want that. They just want to ride on the ignorance of the people to get what they want and continue to move like that, and the people continue to be in the impoverished or environment. Look, I can tell you from today, as a son of Nima, CPP will get a chunk of a vote from Nima County.
1 minute. Let me just show. Maybe they may think that we're not voting. You see my voting card there, my brother? Take a screenshot. I don't worry about my information. Take it. You see it? I'm voting. You want to see something again? You know, let me... you know, sometimes these people, you see my national ID card? This is a national ID card from Liberia. You don't got some. This is my voting card. You see my voting card? I'll be in Liberia. I will cast my vote. And Alford. You see, because you say that America, you see, these are the people then who agree that Stanton is a criminal, but Stanton supporting Mr. Bwaka, that America issue. Because most of our people in Liberia today, before you come in, All the corrupt politicians you see in Liberia, some of them live in this country. They came here, they spoiled their credit record, they spoiled everything. They went and put it in Liberia, they stealing from there. That people like this, like Alpha, who's saying that America issue, let America deal with Stanton, but we still use Stanton money. Then he asked me, we that in America will fool Mr. Cummings. Hey, you see that? Yeah? These are some of the people that we see, but they live in America. God bless them. They honor the country. They okay. And he asked me, you get voting card? You voted? Yes, I'm voting, my brother. And I'm voting for Alex Cummings. Come here.
Yeah, so these are the things we're talking about. If as for, I don't know, if as for in America or in any of or any country besides Liberia, outside of Liberia, I don't know. If he there and he continue to mislead our people by whom, like he doing here, trust me, it will turn around a haunting one of these days. Because if you outside of Liberia, God bless you to have leave that country to come and learn, so that the people that God have not blessed yet, then you now can be the blessing to them. So that you can what you have learned to pass it on to the brothers and sisters that you left behind, to the people you grew up with in the community, so that you can help to open their eyes too. But if
Alpha live in Liberia. He live in Liberia. So I understand his point. He live in Liberia.
Politicians have set that stage to continue to get stuck in the same old mindset that they cannot grow from there. That what politicians have done to them. And we now that have traveled and see what work for other country. Look, do you know why politicians leave the country and come outside of Liberia to seek medical attention? Because those countries that they are going to seek medical attention, you know what equip those medical facilities? It's leadership. It's leadership. Yesterday, Stanton was read. The judges read his right to him yesterday. You know what put those rights into place? It's leadership. Those lawmakers, those people that you running behind in the country, like Jerome or Yombly, all those people, they make sure that these things are in place for you, the citizen. The same hospital that Joe Biden can go to here, if I want, I can go to the same hospital. It's the same doctor that will treat me. But the people you electing in the country, they will leave JFK, EAWA, and Cali Hospital to run to America, to India, to Ghana, to other places to seek medical attention. But they're expecting you, the citizen, are standing in the ring, in the sun, singing yo-yo beyond there, to go to JFK that they can't go to, that their children can't go to. Is that not insult to your intelligence? When will you wake up from that dream? When will you stand up for yourself? If you think you don't have the mantle of authority, reflect back to bombing. The citizen, just the action from the citizen in bombing show to you that you have the mantle of authority to stand to your leader and tell them, say, if we don't want it, we don't want it. And the people stood up to George Weah, and George Weah spoke his mind to the people. The people stood up to their leader, Ellen Snow. They said, we don't want Setoma here. We don't want him to speak. And he did not speak. He did not speak. That's what the power you get. That's how the power, that's how strong that power is. When you wake up and stand up to your lawmakers, to your leaders, and tell them, say, yes, this is what we want and it should happen. You let George Weah to go back 6 years free. No challenge. That's why he even get the guts. That's why I gave him the courage to come to us and say he wants second term. Because you gave him six year free ride. You did not stand up to him. You did not challenge him. He didn't speak to you. But yet, he came out and blindfold you and tell you that, oh, I pay your YS school fee. Do you need someone to pay your YS school fee, or you need someone to pave that way and put you on the track that you will continue to progress? So, okay, since the YS school fee is paid, what became of you? After YS school fee are being paid, what became of you? After you are graduated from high school, what become of you? Do you have the resources to go to college? Do you have the resources? If you're in college, do you have the resources to get a quality education you need? Do you have that? Look, fellow Liberians, we have to wake up. We have to wake up from to wake up to reality. We have to wake up from the dream that those from the sleep that those politicians have put us in. We are sleeping, and they continue to progress. Where is their children today? Where is Jeremiah Kun child? Jeremiah Kun told you that, oh, I can now afford to buy my father Pampers. Can you afford, when your father reached that age that his father have reached, that he can afford to buy him Pampers? Can you afford to buy your father Pampers? That's the question you need to be asking yourselves. That's the question. Because you empower Jeremiah Kun today that now he can afford to buy a father Pampers. He can afford to send his children abroad to go to good schools and live in good communities. But you there, you sinking yo-yo behind him. If your father, God forbid, if your father can't make it tomorrow, can you afford to take care of your father 40? Your mother that's selling better boy in the market, that's selling better boy in the market to pay your school fees. Tomorrow, if your mother cannot have that strength again to sell better boy to feed you, do you have the resources to take care of her tomorrow? The leaders that you're voting for, those leaders need to open the avenue for you. And you got to tell the leader what you need. And you have to stand up for that.
In fact, let me play the Jeremiah Kun. My Liberian people, they seen Jeremiah Kun who going as VP. He said a long time that Mr. Bwaka is not ready. He's not fit. 2017 was different. Mr. Bwaka promised one term. But Mr. Bwaka is going down the drain. That means his brain. Because his own father, now today he buying Pampers for his father. So listen to what the man said. You will hear Henry Christopher in the background. Okay, it's very low. I know people can hear it, but I will put it on my page. In fact, it's on my page right now. So these are the things we're talking about. But for those of you who watching us and people who making the comments, I love to see when other people are making comments, people who support the other side, because what we say is irritating your ear. If you come on the show, you get a heart attack. That is why I don't waste my time on shows that don't speak to the independent people. When we come up here, y'all are pissed off because we're educating our people, we're telling them the truth. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Let me talk to Siddiqui. Go ahead, be talking there.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we're saying, folks. That's what we're saying. Especially the young people. As for you over there, think about it. If you can afford it, just your brothers and sisters can afford the same way you are affording. If you can afford your own friends that you growing up with in the community, does they have the same opportunity?
Okay, well, Siliki, who is the internet bad. In fact, the next group of people who's supposed to come on, they say having the same problem. The internet is raining in Liberia like hell. So I asked him, I said, you on the back? He said, what? You got to use texting now. You're taking car to go home. But and like you were saying, my brother, it's sad, but we can't give up on Liberians.
No.
We're not worried about people, whether God bless us, we can eat. We get up in the morning, we can have a breakfast. I can walk anywhere. What are the food? You know, the good thing I love Liberians. What are things are expensive, but when they get the money, they will use it. It's not that they get the money, they're keeping it, but the money is not there. Yeah. You gave somebody $100 liberty in Liberia. My man, they can pray for you until even Angel Gabriel can remind you that this person praying for you. Because it's not there. We went in a country after Ellen won. When Ellen left government, We went there and we saw the difference. Before, when you get somebody $100, I say, hey, Papa, that $100 you giving me. But this time you get somebody $100 now, they will tell you thank you until you yourself will get fed up with the thank you because they can't afford it. Imagine people with you. You tell them, say, let's go in a place. They say, how much for the shawarma? They say the shawarma na $4 US for the shawarma. I say, you take one word. I say, brother, Papa. I say, you take one so we can go. I say, my man, in America, if I go to Wawa, I will spend more than $4. If I go to McDonald's, I will spend $8 or $10 for burger. But they get a shawarma here, made with Lebanese bread, a whole big piece of bread for $4. I said, take one. The children say, you know what? Sidiki took it. I said, Sidiki take it because Sidiki said, my man, I with the general, me, y'all know we can live together and move together. The boss said, Chi, Jack gave to me. I will buy the amen. Look, it's sad. He said, I'm going to get you $4. He rather stop and buy something. It's cheap for you and myself. We go there, if we think about the expenses in America, it's cheap for you and myself. The only thing to me that expensive in Liberia is gasoline. Because I pay $5 for regular gas. In America, I can pay $5 for regular gas. That's the only thing. But buying food in America, in Liberia, it's cheap. But our people cannot afford it. People getting out of college, they can't find job. No more vacation job in Liberia. What kind of country is that? Things that we used to do before, we're not even doing it. And all these people, President, we were playing football, you were working with LTC. Now he's to go to work. Just because you're playing football. But today, this man drive from the executive mansion and see people selling on the sidewalk. But maybe he don't see them because they can clear everybody off the sidewalk before he pass. Look at the disgrace that happened in Bomi County. They boo him. They boo him to bring a corrupt senator to tell the people in Bomi, oh, y'all vote for him. Oh. That's a disgrace. And people in the job we have missed. Look, my brother, you don't know. It's sad. Some people here miss. It's not that they corrupt, but they can't help it. You know, the guy some point say, well, you're my friend. I would just anything you do, no problem. I just stay there. I won't be forced with him.
Right.
President, we need to ask himself the question. 2020 election in his district, the room that he voted in, President, we had over 75 people walking behind him. The room that he voted in, Thomas Fala never got 40 votes. But President, we are carrying more than 75 votes behind you to vote on that day. The question here, but who you voted for? They say, oh, me, I voted on the other side. But I saw plenty people behind me. Then how can I say Thomas Fala ain't get correct 40 votes in my own district? The player voted. You see? So this president is not honest to us. Let's be honest. The same thing, President, we are doing. It's like Mr. Waka bringing it back to us.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
When the last time Mr. Weah went to the radio station to have an interview?
Never.
When the last time President Weah stay on the radio and say, okay, let me pick a call. Let the people call me and ask me questions. No. They got to fix it. Look at Mr. Waka's last performance. Liberian people, whether you're lucky or not, you're watching us now. You're the UP people. You're going to get fed. Look at Mr. Waka's last radio appearance. They would never take in the radio station again in their life.
Never.
The papa was 0, 0, 0. The man, you were asking questions 2-3 times before he remembered. The boss said, what is your 100 days plan? The woman said different thing. Then the guy said, Lord, the woman can't hear me. Mr. Waka can't hear me because I'm on the other side. He asked the question again. But what surprised me, the woman, it took the woman 1 minute. He paused and started laughing. You know, he said, and I quote, you know, we in an alliance. I can't tell you anything but 100-day plan because the other people got to tell us. What? I can't believe it. Look, every candidate right now, when you get an opportunity to speak to the Liberian people, you talk about your plans. You will start talking about your platform. Mr. Bwaka was over there until the boss said, Mr. Bwaka, you got something you call arrest. What is all about? Before Mr. Bwaka only tells you, in that one when he says sanitation that health, you can say health. Sanitation and health, my people. You who went to school that health, sanitation. It's just a one part of cleaning or whatsoever. You said tourism. Mr. Bwaka, you never talk about tourism when you are in Ellen Johnson government. You never harass Ellen Johnson to face the road going to Lofa County. Then how will you talk about roads in your stuff? Agriculture, they say you ate the people money. Then so why will all these things continue to happen? So, my brother, I don't know what to say anymore. But we can't give on Liberian people.
No, we can't.
We cannot give up. The Liberian poll make the difference. I don't know if you saw this poll. You saw this poll that was done by some international group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You see, that is Liberia. When you ask Liberian men today, you have one question. Who you vote today? George Weah, Joseph Bwaka. George Weah got 22%. Mr. Bwaka got 18%. 20%. Mr. Cummings got 18%. If you leave it at that, you say, oh, wow. Because the people don't know. But when you ask the question now, because we're not here in the same situation, we're not here in the same UP mob. Okay, money, 3 people who you think can do the better job if the president. And you not hear you people tell you, say, yeah, we know that Mr. Cummings can do this, Mr. Cummings, but let's just get it over. You know what I can say?
Mm-hmm.
When you ask you CDC, where you know Mr. Cummings can make it, Mr. Cummings can be a better president, but let he just give Mr. Weah one more turn. So that poor lie. They say, who get the best international contract can create job that can bring people to the country? They say UP people say Mr. Cummings got the contact. CDC say Mr. Cummings got 70% in that one. And as they getting 70%, I had it undecided voters reducing. This election, yeah, surprise, surprise, surprise. If your heart is not too strong, people will pass out this election. Let them over Mr. Cummings.
This
Do not
election will end in check.
power of Cummings.
Check.
Not underestimate the power of Alexander Cummings. The God that we serve, God said, when you work, I will give you what you need. This man worked than any candidate in Liberia. Nobody can take it from him. He prepared, he walk around, he meeting people, he going places. Let me ask you, when the last time you heard that Mr. Bwaka went to West Point, Nukrutan, Lokintan, even District 1 for the last 6 years? When? Never. He don't know what is going on. Even in rehab, Mr. Bwaka don't know what is going on because he barely walk around. So what now? Liberian people, are we crazy people? How can you tell me I should vote for a man who I've never seen before? Then you telling me, say, Alex Cummings says, and nobody know him? Or you wouldn't want to rely on Ellen Johnson bringing you for 12 years so that the name, oh, Joseph Bwaka. When you get the same corrupt people, Delon can tell you what Mr. Bwaka will do. Darius corrupt Delon, John Keze, and Bob Gray, who sold his own rights. He can tell you what Mr. Bwaka will do. And my people of Grand Bassa County, Delon, Yombly then going around, Sonny Ball, stupid ball, Sonny Ball, that Charlie can speak Bassa. But the person who can speak Bassa coming to tell you, vote for Mr. Bwaka, who can speak Bassa too. The person who can speak Bassa telling you that Mr. Bwaka said when he president, they will make her president pro tem. But she can speak Bassa, but Mr. Bwaka can speak Bassa.
That's a deception we're talking about.
Mr. Bwaka disgraced her. Mr. Bwaka disgraced her. But because of money and greed, your daughter, Yombly, was in the Senate for so long. She voted for all the bad things with George Weah. Until CPP came and rescued her. And she joined the number one deceitful politician in Liberia, Darius Dillon, who we all no apology to no one for supporting him because he's a con artist. But nobody can fool me 2 times. Today, Dillon ate money from everybody to he's a super crook. He no different from Stanton. So they tell you, but they can't tell what Mr. Bwaka will do. All they say, rescue, 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 rescue what? Even if the military rescue, there will be a plan that when the military rescue you, they will take you to a place where you will survive. There will be a plan. Where are the plans? You got the same corrupt people coming together and the other corrupt people left with CDC, Liberia people, CDC and UP, not good. I want to say this. Mr. Cummings said he will vote for Mr. Bwaka when Mr. Bwaka go against Mr. Weah if he don't make it in the second round. That's what Mr. Cummings said. And I respect him at his view. I never heard Mr. Bwaka saying it, but Mr. Cummings said it. Mr. Gonglo said it. But let me say my own. Mr. Cummings will not tell me who to vote for in the second round if he don't make it. But let me tell you who I will vote for in the second round. If Tiawan Gonglo make it in the second round and I don't make it, I will vote for Tiawan Gonglo against Mr. Weah. Sarah Beslow and Moniba, I will vote for them. The other people, I don't know them. I don't know them. Now, if it comes down to UP and George Weah, I will choose not the 2 evil. I will look among the 2 worst party, and I will take my safety. What do you mean by safety? I know that George Weah will not make it. I know that George Weah cannot change Liberia around. I know that George Weah will not be able to create job when we give him second term. I know that George Weah cannot do anything more than what he's doing right now. Because if anybody would do good, you will tell from the way they perform it. But I will vote for George Weah for my safety. You know why? Because if I bring UP back to power, I will not have freedom in Liberia. They will run after me. They will try to kill us. They will try to go after Mr. Cummings. They will go after oppositions. Because Prince Johnson good for killing. Jeremiah Kun good for selling him on parts. And people like Mo Ali there on the other part, the angry people. Some of them already telling us that if Mr. Bwaka wins, we shouldn't worry about coming to Liberia. Oh, yes, they're saying it already. Then they can come back and say they're joking. So, I'd rather suffer for 6 years than to suffer for another 15 years. Mr. Cummings will not force me. And the Liberian people will listen to us. What do you want? Do you want to go into a regime with no plans? That's the time the people will start singing out your fake song, your ungodly people who say, I'd rather stay with the devil I know than to stay with the angel I haven't seen. Because Mr. Bwaka said, I'd rather dance with the devil to win than to just win correctly. Either by hope or by crook, we must win. If we don't win, we'll bring war. They fighting, they threaten people. UP trying to threaten the peace. Yes, so UP, I will tell you today, whether you're lucky, you're coming get very, I will tell you the truth. Right now on social media now.
But somebody have already died in the process in Nimbas.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You see, they're going after people, they're attacking. Even in among the group, they're attacking each other. They are angry people. Look at some of the posts, look at some of the comments on here today. They are so angry. For what? Let me make you to understand. You see, this man I said I show you our face here today. If Mr. Cummings don't win election, we'll sleep sound. But history will vindicate us. That what we say are true. What we've been saying before that true. We said Joe will not be a good president, and we've seen it today. So, Mr. Cummings will still do a philanthropic work. He will not move from Liberia. He will still help few people. But at the end of the day, you cannot even go. They see where the sedition in America can't even go Liberia. They say they let John Weir, but they can't go Liberia. One of my friends went there, BCDA, when they almost died, he keep running back. By the time they come out, they can change. That they see where some of y'all, yeah, you won't vote for Mr. Boaka because you're from Lofa County. You won't vote for Mr. This. Or even when Mr. You know, it's so stupid, yeah. Even when Mr. Boaka in a wheelchair, let me tell you today, if anything happened to Mr. Cummings right now, he gets sick and he can't make it, I will be the first one to tell Mr. Cummings, say, Mr. Cummings, thank God you reached this far. Even Mr. Cummings said, will understand on sound man. Mr. Cummings not desperate to be president. Let me tell you today, he's not desperate. If Mr. Cummings desperate, then he will be begging, you're going to beg Mr. Boaka to go as VP or go join CDC and say, oh, but Joe, we are popular. I will just join CDC. By the time they finish kicking Joe Howard or Mr. Cummings to go as VP. But he's not desperate. He's not desperate. He's desperate because lack of jobs. He's desperate because our education system is messed up. He's desperate because lack of leadership in Liberia. That is why he's desperate. That is what can really hurt him, his feeling. But look how this man living. This man, and I think every Liberian trying to follow Mr. Cummings' thing now, going to Liberia and build a big mansion for you and your family and no income coming in, I beg you, man. What Mr. Cummings did, he went and built a 5-story building instead of putting himself giant house and live in one of the apartments, and the apartment making money for him. 24-hour current. You can drink the water in Ellis Cummings building. Filter. Everything in that building, the gym, just like you live in Europe or America. But we live from here. We build 6-7 bedroom house. We put swimming pool. We can't end it till we die. We can't even finish facing it, we die. So you see, everybody won't follow the full step of Mr. Cummings. Elijah,
You not lie.
I tell you,
You don't lie.
you go in your own country, I think you don't carry investment. Everybody now won't follow Mr. Cummings' footstep. Mr. Cummings could build himself a mansion on a 10-acre for himself. But he chose to put a 5-story building up, got gym, has everything in it, 24-hour current, elevator. Just imagine fifth floor. They get one building right behind Center Street, almost 10 stories, but they bring your elevator. I'm working on control with Inzo. Until nobody will rent the building. Everything that the man said I will live on the last floor. That man can stay right over there and don't touch any of his board or company money. He will live and survive just for the rent. He will live and survive in Liberia. Who don't want to be like that?
Big bro, this is, speaking of that, and when Mr. Kumi, when they see criminals lie on his platform that the horse that we're talking about is not for Mr. Kumi, and Mr. Kumi came out to debunk that lie by carrying, medias, to that house to expose all the lies over there. Mr. Kumi said that one thing that stood out to me, that one thing that stood out to me, Mr. Kumi said that me and my wife built a house so that tomorrow it will be able to take care of the stem and the foundation.
Yep.
That's what we call planning. Planning. This man have his foundation and the STEM school. He know that to maintain a STEM school is not an easy thing. He said, I can build this thing today and it will look fine today. But what will become of it tomorrow if I cannot afford? So he started planning ahead. All those people that you see passing around today, Joseph Numa Boaka Foundation, where is it today?
Dead.
Where is it? Lack of planning. And that's what he's going to do to your future. If he is elected, he's just going to set, I think Joseph Boaka is in this race to just settle his children and leave this earth. That's all he wants. You sinking all the yo-yo behind him today. How many of you will benefit from Joseph Boakai? God forbid if he elected presidency. His children will be well established when Joseph Boakai leave. His children well established. That's what he's trying to do. That's why even his wife and his children pushing him to do such thing. Because they know that Joseph Boakai is not capable of leading this country. Where is Nyombli Kanga Lawrence Foundation today? Is it functioning? The men have a plan. The leaders should have a plan for tomorrow. And that's who Ellis Cummings is. He don't just do things for the beauty of today. He do things for the benefit of tomorrow. And when you elect him, you will not be making a mistake. You will electing and you will benefit, your children will benefit from electing Ellis Cummings in this country. Let us open our eyes. We should not follow the tribal politics. The tribal politics is long gone. The county land politics is long gone. If all of us following tribal politics will not be here talking about Ellis Cummings, I will be behind or Jeremiah Kuhn. I will be behind him today. But as an intelligent person, as a man who have struggled to go to school, if I sit here and follow Jeremiah Kuhn because of just tribe, then my education, what is the purpose of me spending 10 years, 15 years to go to school to obtain PhD and call myself a doctor and be fooled by tribes, by the name tribes? Look, do not be fooled. Our Liberian people get a saying that just how you cook yourself, that's how you will be disher. You cooking yourself in a tomato cup, and the politician will be dishing up with broomstick.
With broomstick.
That's what they're doing right now to you. Because they know that you're not capable, you don't have that independent decision-making skills. You depend on them for them to show the way to you. Look, we are in the days where information is everywhere again. There are people that are not sat down in classroom, but they are even smarter when they talk. They say, what's your level of education? Because we are in the days of self-education. You can self-educate yourself.
Yep.
Because information is everywhere. Look, you don't even have to go to school. We're sitting here, we're giving you free education. Free of charge that we're not getting paid for. We're taking 2-3 hours of our days to talk to you. We're not getting paid for it. In the Western world, you get paid for those things before you even take a phone, just to spend 130 minutes on phone with someone, with your lawyer, with your counselor, with your therapist. These are money. But we're giving it to you free because we owe it to our people. It is upon us that have learned something to be able to pass the education on to our fellows or Liberians. And we are doing it free of charge. Forget this tribal politics and set some standards for yourself and make an informed decision this come 2023. You were born, just say you were born 2005 when Joe Boakai and Eddie came in. After 12 years, you gave another 6 years, 2005, another 6 years adding to that time, to that 12 years. What is your life today? These are the things you need to be thinking about as you're getting prepared to face October 10th. What have I accomplished since I've been sinking yo-yo behind those people? What have they done? What the foundation that they have laid I'm stepping on today? These are things that you need to be thinking about. Don't just follow someone because you see a group of people behind them. You don't know what a group of people are benefiting from them individually. If we all just support someone because our individual benefit, what will become of the children that we are born in today? If we are the ones just benefiting today, Don't you think if you do that, you are selfish to the generation that you're bringing forth? Look, our parents did it because they didn't have the information to their disposal that we have today. But here we are. Bibra Kishe is somewhere else. I'm somewhere else. We meet on a platform and we're sitting together. It was not like that during the days of our fathers.
Nope.
It was not like that. What excuse do we have to give? What excuse do we have to give to our children tomorrow if they ask about, Daddy, what did you do to address this situation? You have the resources. Look, I tell you early on today, if you think you don't have the authority to stand up to your leaders, just look at what happened in bombing. You stood your ground, and Senator Santoma didn't address the crowd that day. That's the power you have. Trust me, before CDC's official go in bombing, they have to think twice now. They have to think twice. That's the power you have. Don't let people to take advantage of you because they think that you don't know your way around. That's how they have set the stage for you. Let's get off from their dependencies or syndrome. The dependency syndrome, enough of that thing. Let us make an informed decision now that tomorrow, when even a cause of pain today, let us stand for it and say, yes, even though I'm facing the pain of my decision today, but tomorrow it will be a better place. But I'm going to stop here. Let us welcome our brother Prince Williams Collins.
Okay, and Prince, welcome. And as usual, when I see you, I try to bring you on. And Prince, I want you to weigh on this issue here, where CDC said they will go beat in the first round. They will get 50+1, and we still trying to grasp at the numbers. And UP saying it. UP were there for 12 years. I never saw them taking 40% in the first round. But they are all going at each other and saying that with nothing they will win. And Mr. Bwaka also said that he would not go for debate before. He will not go to debate when Mr. Bwaka and Mr. Weah is not there. So I thought, if I don't care if Mr. Weah don't go. So I want you to weigh in this issue here. What UP looking at, or are they threatening or scaring the people, or thinking what's going on that they are the best? Can you come in that, please?
Thank you, General, and thank my brother. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning, brother Prince.
Thank you very much for adding your voice, and it's a privilege for me to do the same. Well, with regards to CDC talking about winning in first round, I will not waste my time and spend a lot of time on that. The only reason CDC is making that statement because of the system that we have, where we take the whole government and put it in the hands of one man. And then the integrity institutions that are supposed to protect our democracy, which is the National Election Commission, we take it, put it in the same man hand too as well. Had this election commission been an independent election commission, that Joe Weah didn't have to appoint his girlfriends, his boyfriends, and other than to run the election, CDC would not have been talking this nonsense. Because election is ran by what your message. And if you're incumbent, you run election based on your performance. And we all know fully well that Joe Weah himself know that he had performed poorly. Had he not performed poorly, the country would not be in the economic condition it's in right now. The children would not be hopeless, without job, turning to drugs. So the only thing that Joe Weah is telling us now is the same thing our parents used to tell us before in the background when we were growing up. They say when the blind man say, I will chunk you, the rock is already in his or her hand. But how Joe Weah then already planning to steal and rig the election. That's why they're talking about the winning first round. But if that's what they are planning, then they are about to make Prince White Johnson prophecy. And no, I'm not giving any acclamation to Prince Johnson because of his He's a killer and a liar. But he did something that he predicted that our presidency would bring war to Liberia. And no journalists were able to ask him in detail as to what he meant. But as we can see under the presidency of President George Weah, there is war in Liberia. Because oftentimes, because those are who are victims of the civil war, whenever we hear the word war, the thing that comes to mind is shooting, killing, and cutting people, pregnant women's stomach open. But war is bigger than that. You have economic war, you got social war, you got injustice, selective justice. All these things are different diverse kinds of war that can be precipitate or reduce or bring out the dividend of violence, war, and uprising. And that's what we see taking place in Liberia today. There's economic war. When you're not a citizen, you can't get a job. If you're a citizen, you say you don't want to be part of the party because you don't like the direction the party going, they take away your job. There is this guy called Boyman Aliu Bility. He used to work with water and sewer. He's a strong citizen. In fact, he had an organization called the CDC Royal Guard.
Royal Guard.
Who their mission was to lift young, underprivileged young people that were in the CDC party, give them some sense of dignity, make them to know that they are royal, they are the future of Liberia. When he saw that CDC wasn't going the direction that they all hoped for, when he spoke up, the next thing they fire him, he lose the job. So those are war. We saw in Alexander Cummings when they brought out a book of charges against him, just a misdemeanor charges that were based on mere allegation with all no substantial evidence, not at all, no prima facie evidence. The Solicitor General of the whole country dropped everything in the country, took that case, I have to say it was a capital murder case, and maliciously prosecuted Alexander Cummings to the point that he himself could not find anything. He finally gave out the case without any apologies, nothing. That's war. We saw Cabinet Janet, former Supreme Court Justice, who acted within the confines of the Constitution of Liberia, who spoke on issue, make decision within the confines of his duty that is protected under the Constitution. We saw that the CDC gang up against that man and wrongly dismissing and removing from his position. That's war. That's war. That's war in itself. So, and we saw young people dying. We saw people missing. We saw our government official in America. You call them federal officials, the auditors, who mysteriously died in the span of less 3 weeks. 4 of them just mysteriously died, gruesomely too, murder. Today we don't find no. The investigation is yet to point to what happened. The only outcome we got from in there was the president coming out, being the pathology, the forensic pathology, saying that the people died from because they were girlfriend and boyfriend, they were making love in the car. That why they died. They died from love making. Responsible people who have money, they could go to the best hotels. So we're seeing these things happening. Even now, let's move it forward. Election, they did something that were what we call redundant and repugnant to our Constitution. When I mean redundant, something that you don't have to do is already been done. Repugnant means that something that is just disrespectful to our Constitution. They call Farmington Agreement. What the hell you signing an agreement with our Constitution that already provides the confines of the law? We have our penal code. You say the signing Farmington Agreement for peaceful election. What is that? However, the very day that agreement was signed, President Weah broke the agreement by attacking and threatening one of the signatories to that agreement based on malice and grudges. And now we see that right after that, as the election kicks up, we see a bloody demonstration of violence on the street of Monrovia by 2 ruling parties. One have been former ruling party that served for 12 years and that they're desperate to return to power, the Unity Party. and one that served for 6 years, and desperately come to hold onto power for another 6 years. We saw the bloody demonstration of violence on the street, where young people were hurt. Now we're seeing today the death of an innocent person again. And we're seeing nothing is been shown to us but the participation of war and violence that is gearing up and building up in our country. But on the contrast, we've seen unprecedented leadership that we have never seen in our country from an opposition leader. Most of our opposition leaders will always be in bed with the ruling party. Like George Weah was in bed with Ellen Johnson for 12 years. Every time he want money, he will put Johnson Kochi there on the street. And when they make no, Ellen call him on the side getting late, and then he call them by getting late. We've seen unprecedented opposition leadership through the leadership of Alexander Cummings. Despite Cummings, the way he has been treated, prosecuted maliciously, lied on, and insulted, he has been calm, he has been collective, and he has been very much unifying. Even those people who went against him, he still called upon them to work with them. We saw in the case of Yombli Kanga, who stood up with all evidence, accused this man of being a criminal, called this man a criminal, but despite that, the man went to her, took his wife and his family, got down on his knees, told her, say, Yombli, no matter what you did to me, I will tell you sorry, but cannot work together to lift the people of Liberia up. Grand Bassa County has always been there for Liberia through its dynamic son, Charles Walker Brunskine. Say he's not here, he's dead. Had he been here today, I would have been his vice president, and he would have been my boss. But say he's not here today, you come lift the people of Liberia up through the people of Grand Bassa County. Yombli being vindictive with her son, with her significant other, Darius Dillon, a liar. They all went, they said, no. They turned down a man who they wronged and came begging them. And the man, unfortunate for Cummings, the daughter of Charles Walker Brunskine said, you know what? If they don't want to go, send me, take me. And today she's on the ticket, she's on the campaign trail. She's making the case to the young women, telling them like this time around you will have a seat at the table. This time around will be a government that will not be run by, it will not be a imperial government. You have a leader who believes in working together collaboratively, and she's making the case. And today, we saw that even Henry Costa, although he insulted Cummings, he said all sort of evil things about Cummings. Now that he's in a situation, Cummings reached out to him. Come into his son, come, let's put this thing behind, let's do what is best for your generation. But he want to make demand. He want to tell Cummings, oh, this is what I want. And Cummings said, no, I don't believe in those things. I don't promise people anything. If you want us to come to work, whatever the future will give, whatever work you will do, your performance will determine your reward. And today he's sitting down. He don't want to come on board to work. This man is unified. He's a unifier. He brought people from all walks of life. Louis Brown. You look around. He brought people. He answered the call of the Liberian people. When Liberian people said, let's put the CPP together so we can stand up as an antidote to George Weah. Cummings, when other auto Cummings not to join the CPP, he said, that's the call of the Liberian people. I can't just know it. He joined the CPP. We'll say, oh, he shouldn't have joined the CPP. Today, we see unprecedented leadership. This man going from radio station to radio station, from byways to sideways, from village to town, from street to street. All he's doing, making the case. And that is the only, this first time in Liberia history, we find a volunteer president or president that say, I will be a volunteer. You don't have to pay me. In fact, because I will not want to break the constitution, when you pay me the money you take, I will put that money into an integrity institution that will fight against corruption. This man waiting to work for free. Even George Weah, who made $80 million, who Liberian people sponsor him to go to Brazil, to whom is skilled. Even sponsor him to go to Cameroon. Even sponsor him to go to Europe. Through the Liberian put money by the late Samuel Doe. You would think that George Weah will say, oh, I'm rich. God bless me. I will work for free. No. Rather, he grabbing the wealth of Liberia. He just raking everything up. And today he's one of the richest men president in West Africa. So the point here is to tell you your money and go back to your question. CDC can win first round. But they are only saying it because They feel that because the opposition is not unified in the sense of coming together in terms of forming a coalition, so they feel that they stand a chance. But let me tell you, who are the opposition, they may not be unified in the sense of coalition, but they are unified in the sense of removing you. Every opposition is unified in removing you. That to give you a one term because your presidency is a danger, is a threat to the safety of Liberia, the peace of Liberia, the economic growth of Liberia. So that's what I have to say regarding that.
Yes, everything you say, Prince, you're right. And one thing I'll tell you, I wish that all the good things that we say, our brothers and sisters could just grab it and say, oh yeah, how Prince can think this way and I'm not thinking this way. But then again, Prince, is the country we live in. The country we live in is like everybody believe that corruption is the order of the day. Since I don't have, I go to Prince door every day. Prince gave me $5. I walk out, I come back tomorrow. Prince cost me, he gave me another $5. Election time, I must vote for Prince. But we can't even sit and say, but wait now. This Prince man was living in my community. He asked me to vote for him. But then I stayed the same 5 years. Our Liberian post stayed the same 5 years, Prince. 6 years, I see some of them stay singing. They ain't get job. They coming to them giving them $10, $20. Some of them acting like it almost remind me of some guys who been in university for so long, they refuse to graduate because they don't want having all the parties in the night and they enjoying it. But at least they're getting something. But our people, Prince, how you see this election? What is your belief? You call people in Liberia, you got people you talk to. How you think this election? What is your thought? Do you think this election here will be peaceful, or we should expect anything different? Because CDC is saying they're going to win. Bwaka say they're going to win. So, Mr. Cummings, we just there doing our own thing, but we know we're going to win. We know that we are not. We are
just to call your attention to it, money. There's thing playing in the background. Is re-echoing in the background.
Yeah, it's off. I turned it off already. Yeah. So, but just give me your thought about the election. You've been calling people in Liberia. Give me your honest opinion on what you think, what we lacking, because we know we got more work to do. The closer the election, the harder the election is. But your candidate you're supporting, Alexander Cummings, are you satisfied with his campaigning so far? What you think he's doing? You can hear me, Prince?
Yes, I hear you, and I fully understand your question, and when it comes to Cummings as an individual, I am 100% satisfied with his work. He has a incredible. Have you fixed it yet? Because I'm still hearing myself.
No, nothing playing in the background here. I hope that nothing playing back in the background. Okay, let me mute. Okay, I'm going to mute myself, Prince, but nothing playing in the background. Mute myself. Well, Prince, I think maybe that's your earphone. You using earpiece back? You using earpiece? Okay, I think Prince trying to fix something, and Prince having a little difficulty. I think technology. So, guys, and this election here, as I said, is not easy. Look, let me tell you something. We're not like UP, neither CDC. We're not going to lie to you and say that, oh, it's all fine. This is a tough election. This is one of the toughest elections in our history. This election is very, very strong, tough. The closer the time, the
All
harder.
right.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. You can hear me. You can hear me.
Yeah. Just for point of for the future reference, if you ever find yourself having the similar problem that I had and finding echo in the background, that is as a result of when you are watching the show and money invites you, and then you don't close the show on your device and you switch to the studio.
Oh,
Your the show you're watching in your background will be re-echoing.
yeah, you're
That's
right.
why it happens. So I have to go and cut myself off from the show I was watching prior to coming on. But yeah, money. Listen. I think you talk about the campaign, my assessment of the campaign, right?
Yeah.
And when I started off to say that I believe 100% that Alexander Cummings is doing a fabulous job as an individual. I give him 100%. He's hardworking. I mean, this guy work ethics is beyond understanding, and that he's doing a fabulous job, and that his message is resonating. It's almost like a man. It's almost like a person bake a cake, right? And after you bake a cake, if you person who's somebody who know how to bake, when that cake done, it comes out of the oven. You don't put icing on it because it's hot. You gotta let it cool down. And when it cool down, then you put the icing on it. And then you put your design, everything. For months and years, Alexander Cummings have been baking this cake. He went on spoon, he baked this cake. Attack, all the attacks that had come across him, he have gone on what they call Focus on Liberia. He had gone on SKTV. He had gone on Lofa Julia across Africa. He had even come on the General Show. I mean, you name it. Where have this guy not gone to make this case? He had baked the cake. What he's doing now is putting the icing on the cake. And what kind of icing is he putting? The human touch. If you see him today on the street, everywhere, walking, shaking people's hands, the famous fake bump. In fact, let me tell you, you know why he don't shake hands? Shaking hand is that corrupting, you are in it for me, I'm in it for you. Face bump means that when you put your face together there, it means we are united together as one. That's the symbol of that face bump. United together as one. You see all the hand finger coming together. When you shaking hand, your hand open at everybody on their own. Who get their own? Your own? But when you do your hand at the face bump, we are together as one. That's a symbol of unity. So wherever he does that, he says one togetherness. You see him going down from everywhere to slum community. The other day you are jogging, you are running, and I saw the young boys that behind Sidiki there behind, they almost pass out. they couldn't keep up. All the young people, they're breathing, they couldn't keep up. That's the icing on the cake. That is the human touch now. That's why he put it on the cake. There's nothing unless you want to be like the Unity Party people. Because the only person that have not acknowledged Cummings to be the solution for Liberia, the only political leader that have not acknowledged Cummings to be the solution for Liberia, you will be surprised. It's not George Weah, that's Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai had never been on the record to say, I know Cummings can do the job, I trust Cummings. But even George Weah have been on the record. All the political leaders have been on the record that Cummings, the only thing with George Weah say, you know what, I entitled the second term because Ellen was there for second term, so let Cummings just wait 2029. I myself campaign for Cummings. No, George Weah, we don't have time for that. This is not soccer match. People that when you play the game, after the game, you go home. When you come out, all the spectators return on the field again. This one is spectator, this money dying from poverty, they dying from sicknesses, they dying from poor health care. So next year they will not be on the field again. So we don't have patience for that. All the other people saying Cummings might wait for 2023. 2020, but only Joseph Yuma Barker had not acknowledged that. And I agree with him. I know he's a selfish, mean old man that he feels entitled to everything, no day respect. But this man is working money. The only concern I have when it comes to the party, the CPP, because the CPP made out of two collaboration of two parties, the Liberty Party. I don't know the intricate detail, but I can say the Liberty Party, Chu is eminent and dynamic and excellent leadership on Musa ability. I can guarantee you they are working because I know Musa ability is a hard working dude. The only concern I have now is this ANC. The ANC. If you want me to grade the ANC, I will give the ANC 79.9%. I mean, it's a passing grade, but I expect more for them. And why am I grading them that grade? Because I feel that they have to do, they got to do more. I mean, sorry, when you have a high expectation for somebody, the person can do better. It just, it's just what it is. They need to be able to adapt the kind of energy that Alexander Cummings is bringing to the campaign. They need to take that energy, distribute it to people or similar energy, empower them, give them the resources, send them out there, and let them be able to be like a storm, a firestorm, and then bring the message to singularity. What I mean, bring the message to one single message now. If anything that help you now to make your message, to bring it down, to fine tune it now, was the recent poll. That poll is a crystal ball. That poll tell you that Liberian people they are looking at Alexander Cummings with an eagle eye. All the noise in the market are taking place between CDC and Unity Party fighting on the street, all distraction. They want to make it seem that it's a two-man race, but no. But deep down in there, they know that the people, those people who are secret voters, because I don't like to call them undecided voters. Most of them are not undecided. Most of them are secret voters. They keep the card to their chest. And those people are lucky. And when the poll told you that when they come, the people concerned are on the three, there's a power concern for the people. One is the economy. Two is job. Three is the security of Liberian finance money. 77% of them, over 1 million, say that the trust coming with Liberian money, with the country's finance money. I mean, even the Bible says that where a man's treasure is, where his heart is. Say money answers all things. If you got money, you're nothing. I mean, nothing in the sense of, not in the sense of irrelevant, in the sense of economic relevance. The people say the trust coming to take care of their money. The people say the trust coming to provide job for them. 55+% say the trust coming. The young people on the street right now. You think the young people don't want to be like some of us in America? The only difference between they and us in America is we got job, we can get paid on time. But it's no different between me and Sidiki. If Sidiki were working to a company where I was paying you every 2 weeks, getting $150 every 3 weeks. I mean, every 2 weeks, you think Sidiki will be bothered and no Sidiki will care to come to America? I was there working. I used to work with a company called Universal Fish Company on Jamaica Road there. Were owned by Kemel, one Kemel, Leonie guy called Kemel. I was working there. The man would pay me $150. I was living like king. I have my own one bedroom apartment on UN Drive there to Butcher Quarter there. I got people to wash my clothes, everything. I'm not even thinking about coming to America. Because every month that guy used to pay one time, but he need to pay every month. I was an expediter there going to pick up the container from the port. I had a job. So right now, you're home this thing down to job. Tell the Zogo on the street, they are Zogo because they don't have job. Or other man is the devil workshop. The people are taking drugs because they don't have a job. If somebody got a job to go to, you think they want to be taking drugs and be on the street all day? And you talking about how come it's going to provide job? Job is all around the place. We need about 100,000 young men and women to clean up just Monrovia alone. Go around taking the dirt and garbage and thing and carrying it. Yeah, we need garbage truck, but we got a lot of garbage truck now walking around the street, smoking weed already and doing nothing. Yeah, we need front loader. We got a lot of people that can get wheelbarrow. They can take wheelbarrow, typical wheelbarrow. It just need organization, provision, skill, and direction and leadership. So let's say job. Then when you talk about the economy, who drives the economy in Liberia more? The more. I'm not talking about Lebanese people. I'm talking about typical Liberian. It is the women. Go in the market. See who's selling in the market. Who keeping the engine, the economic engine turning? Who providing the fuel to drive our economy? The women. 70% of the people in the market are women. So if you tell them that they will not be selling bitter boy and pepper all their lives, that you will be able to give the incentive to be able to raise the business from bitter boy and pepper, the women will listen. Most of them sit down in the market, they sell their food get rotten in their hand. Tell them, say, you're providing the means for them that the food will not get rotten in their hand anymore. Because through the agriculture program, if you bring your goods and your goods don't sell, the government will buy it from you, and the government will use those goods for feeding the students in schools and the prisoners in prisons. So, my brother, the message is clear, but the campaign needs to be able to move. The people are complaining that they're not getting the resources. The people who are on the front line. You are general, you know that. The only difference between you and most of the other people, you always on the front line. So I have people that help for me. I used to be private in your army. You made me to be colonel now. I can't feel the weight because you're always on the front line with us. We need general like you to be on the front line. Let Mariah then move from behind Cummings and go to the young women there and talk to the young women there, the one that have been abused, the one that prostitute on the street. Let Mariah go and organize a group and tell them, say, we will give them hope, the young women there. Let's have our talk about them move from behind Cummings and find their own path. And go in there and talk to the other young people, the disgruntled citizen. Tell the disgruntled citizen that we fight for job where he let us down, organize them, let them come together. Let have our talk about them do those things. You do running behind Cummings, everywhere Cummings go. And I'm sorry, I mean, if I call your name, just know that I know you're a privileged person, and you're one of the people that we're all looking at. You're a good example. You're good morals. No, I'm no offense. General will be on the ground. The general go on the ground today. The general on the ground the last time. So the only thing that hamper the general effort, the passing of his man, may peace be to us so. But general not running behind coming wherever go coming when. General went to Banga. He was in the market in Banga making a case. One of the women that I work with in Banga was just going about bow pepper and was chicken soup. Our general, she met general, she heard general talking. She stood by, she listened to general, she said, oh, but they may come in spring and be telling me about that one that come in supporter here. The woman engaged general and spoke to general, asked general, talked to general, gave her number to general, said, General, I got Prince Ben tell me about the scene you talking about. Because general all there in the, you are not behind coming where coming go. We need to spread this thing up. And those are all in the diaspora. They're always critical. We sit in our comfort zone like myself. And we're always critiquing people on the ground. We too have a responsibility. We too need to we need to build our macro campaign too. Small group of people, 10, 5, 15. Sponsor them. Give them the resources. They don't need plenty of money. $20 you say is a big money for them. You just have buy food, bread, and soda for them to eat. That all they need to put something in their stomach. And they can't stand. So they can go out there. Take their campaign too. Take responsibility. Oh, they start complaining, say, oh, ANC people, ANC now, we call the other put them for t-shirt. They want to provide t-shirt. Look, you provide t-shirt for them. Don't worry about sending t-shirt from here. T-shirt is cheaper over there. I was thinking the same thing. I went and bought a lot of t-shirts, bought printing machine, spent a whole lot of money for nothing. When I found the cost to print a t-shirt in Liberia, I said, but what the heck? Why didn't I know this thing? So right now, I'm not saying nothing there because the cost to send it is more than the cost to print it over there. So we're printing it there right now. People going to Dongafla market, they're buying wet t-shirt for Dongafla t-shirt there for cheap, for $100 liberty. We send it to the printing press, they print it. We have to strategize. We have to do things differently. We have to redesign the way things are normally done, so we can make this thing a win. The campaign of Cummings and the CPP is a campaign for the diaspora. This is on we who are in the diaspora. If Cummings, the CPP don't win, we in the diaspora will lose. You saw what we did for Dylan. That dry, ungrateful man, that can't even speak your own language. He can't even speak a word of Basel. The other day, he on the phone. I talked for him how to convert in Basel. The boy can't even speak any Basel. Then he behind you, what do you call it? Then he telling Charlie Bronson can't speak Basel. He can't even speak a word of Basel. How we who listen in Basel? The man couldn't even have a conversation with me. That the man going around and making noise over there and talking about nothing because he knows that the people are desperate for leadership, and he knows that the effect of the campaign of those all in the diaspora. So you're in the diaspora, start complaining. Yeah, the ANC not working. You work too. You organize your people on the ground. Send them out there. Talk to them. Use your influence and your resources. Thank you, General.
Yeah, thank you, Prince. You said it all, and I will be in Liberia soon. We will campaign. We got our people there already who are doing what they're supposed to do. And like you said, you made a case, and thanks for the advice. We all doing it together. Those of you who watching us, those of you who support the General Show, I want to say thank you. And I will be going to Liberia very soon. And I will inbox certain people when I'm leaving, but I can't put it then. But by September, I'll be in Liberia. Because we'll be in Liberia because the second round will be on. We can't just cast the first vote and leave. The second round is very important. But let us do whatever we can do, my people. We got to work together. We got to be very civil to each other. And for those of you, please call your people back home. Let them vote and let them be very careful to let them stay out of trouble. And they shouldn't be hero for Alex Cummings or George Weah or whosoever, because we need to survive after this whole election. So, but anyway, I think I have to come to the end of this show. Someone wanted to call and come in, but I got other things to do. Today I have a long day. The Librarian Association will be distributing some books and from bags back to school item. But anyway, the guy just came in. Let me just talk to him quick and give him some time. Yes, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Yep, okay. I was getting ready to leave, but since you requested, send it to you so you can give me 2 minutes of what you want to say.
Yes, what my brother Prince was saying. First of all, thank you guys for your input and information you're giving out there. Is very important. And Prince hit something very important, that when Mr. Cummings is out there, especially for those of us who coming from the diaspora, it's very important that we separate ourselves from the campaign, because technically we at least a little bit better from a financial standpoint, where we are able to go to different communities. So if Mr. Cummings is in District 16, there's no reason why some of us who have the means to at least buy donor or color for ourselves to eat for that day, to be around Mr. Cummings, and the gas that we're taking to use to drive beyond Mr. Cummings, we can use that to go to District 2. So thanks, Prince, for stressing that. That is very important. We need to separate ourselves from the campaign. Mr. Cummings don't need us to sell himself. He can do better. He can do better by himself. And one other thing, I just want to let the diaspora know that, ANC Global have done an excellent job in raising funds for this campaign, but we should remember that, look, and this is why, like I said in one of my posts in Global, this is why a lot of black politicians around the world are corrupt. They are corrupt because we blacks, we don't support our politicians. Other groups comes, support our politician, give them money. At the end of the day, if somebody come, for example, and give Mr. Cummings $10 million right now to run a campaign, guess what? Mr. Cummings got to listen to some of the things that man got to say. And some of the things Mr. Cummings is trying to avoid. Trust me, it's money out there. He can get them. But guess what? When he take them, we the same people who are not contributing towards the campaign will be saying, oh, Mr. Cummings is corrupt. He's corrupt. He's corrupt. But we, especially for those of us in the diaspora, we we have something. At least we can eat something. Let's do our best to support the campaign. We promised when we asked Mr. Cummings to to run for the second time. We in the diaspora promised to come up with 15% of the total cost of the campaign. As of today, we have not even reached half of that goal. So let's remember, we Liberian, we are not rich people. Mr. Cummings have worked hard for his money. His family have worked hard. He cannot take 15, 20 million out of his family money and just shove it there, not guaranteeing. Even if he's guaranteeing he's going to win, that's his family money. And what I always tell people, I say, let us do the best we can to help Mr. Cummings. If he's coming on 85% because he's Unity Party, remember, they have a lot of senators. They had the Prince Moyu, they got all these senators there, at least chipping in. ANC and Liberty Party, we don't have senator or anybody with money chipping in. It's only Musa from the Liberty Party and Mr. Cummings. The rest of us, I don't only have one senator right now, Bocha, and we know Bocha is not financially stable to push money like that. You see, so we're struggling from a financial standpoint. We need billboard, we need t-shirt, we need hat. Those are not Mr. Cummings' responsibility.
Oh, no.
Those are not Mr. Cummings' responsibility to get hat, t-shirts, billboard. His responsibility is to do the heavy lifting. The heavy lifting, that's what Mr. Cummings do. And remember, there may be a second round. And that's an additional fund he's going to need. So that's why some of us see things kind of a little slow. So we are asking all of our fans, our supporters around the world, please, especially if you are not going to Liberia, please double your effort to help these exonerators. If you have an exonerate there, link them up with the party. If you don't know who to contact, you can contact me. I will be able to, you can inbox me on my messenger, WhatsApp. We'll be able to link you up with the appropriate people to help you so you are able to connect your people with the team on the ground. But thanks to the audience, thanks to you, Moni, for your great job. And like I said, we need all the financial support, especially from us in the diaspora. We have not been able to come up with our fair share of the money that we promised Mr. Cummings that we will come up with. So, and Mr. Cummings, y'all know Mr. Cummings is the principal man there. Y'all tell him, he say he might come with 85, he'll come away. But you say, my man, y'all gotta bring your own. Where your own where? I don't get it yet. You see, so we gotta, that's why we're begging you every day, appealing to you every day to chip in. Today is $5 Friday. Friday, we'll get a link. We'll send the link out there on Facebook and other places. Even if that $5 you get, $10 you get, 15, 20, whatever. Do that, man. We need it. That's what y'all saw. All the billboards that you saw, it was from you, from the diaspora and other people that contribution. That's why you see, I do have 60 some more billboard out right now, 60 or 70, just in Monserrato. And we're moving to the interior part. We're doing things. And thanks to the Prince, like I said, all of you guys are chipping in, doing the best you can. Thank you very much. And please, to the audience, please continue to help. We are begging you. This election is going to come. We're going to win the election if we go door by door. And for us to go door by door, we need resources to help these young men and young women who are hungry to be out there for us. So please make a contribution and help your exonerate group. That's all I got to say, Moni. Thank you very much.
I want to say thank you to, I wish people from the global will always try to come on these things. So encourage people, but people, look, election is money. Sometimes when we're appealing to people, they think, oh man, ANC get plenty of money, but they don't understand it. Like Mr. Cummings, maybe Mr. Cummings set for 45 days campaign, maybe 40 days campaign. We're supposed to do the rest. And we'll
exactly.
Our friends. If you know somebody, like I'm going to Liberia, I'll be leaving soon. I got t-shirts, I got buttons, I got cap. The little one I get, I take it there. But I'm not going there to go be running behind Mr. Cummings. I can go in my area. We'll go in your area where you think you got strength and you help. You talk to people. They both respect you in Liberia. They respect us. I'm telling you. They want to hear from us. They want to. But when we're going around Mr. Cummings and running all over the place with Mr. Cummings, they're not going to see us. They want to help. I just want to show my face that I know Mr. Cummings. No. We in this thing here for a reason. We in it for the other people, not for ourselves, for somebody that will benefit tomorrow, but Liberia, my people. So what he's saying, every Friday, if I'll be talking about every Friday, is $5. When you put your $5 together for pool washer, especially, the pool
Yes.
very, very expensive. That one of the most expensive things. You got to feed these people 3 times a day. Let's be honest, or else somebody will feed them all, and when
And
somebody
money,
they will take your tally sheet from you.
just for that pool watching gonna cost us close to close to $700,000 to $800,000 just for that day. Just that one day. Just that one day.
I'm telling
Just
you,
that one day. USD, not Liberia.
we were
You
in
know, 700 to 800,000 US dollar.
Yep.
Like
Monserrato, the pool washer there is almost $170,000. Just Monserrato County alone, US dollar. And you got to pay these people. That the most important thing. Also, somebody will take that title sheet and pay for $25. And you
exactly.
if you cannot produce that title sheet, you can't fight a case. You can't fight nothing. So I want to say thanks very much. I hope that people will come up all the time and say these things. We all in the water together. When you're in water, you don't worry about getting wet. We're struggling. Whatever you can do, like my friend just said, whatever you can do, anything. Every Friday, the link is there. $5. $5. Just contribute $5. Give us cold water. Let them put it there. When you look, by the time you come to your celebration day, we'll be having more money. We're not saying I look for $200, just $5 every weekend. But if you want to give more than $5, you can do that. Also,
and by the way, money. Like I said, I'm not saying that the diaspora is the diaspora. Like I said earlier, they are doing excellent job. They have, and they continue to do. But we need to push more. Let's just push. We to the fourth quarter. We in the fourth quarter. Let's just do the more, because I'll be honest with you, the election will boil down to resources and going door to door by these people. That's what this election, who's gonna win, and the type of number we're expecting to get. That's what it is. And to my brothers, Prince, you're talking about ANC. You don't see them. Look, the guys and the kids, and they are working. To be honest with you, they are doing their part. But we also remember too now, a lot of these young men and women we asking to go volunteer. They got a family home. You can't just leave a day all day to go do a campaign. You don't even know if some of the kids, a lot of them get kids home. How you gonna eat? Where you gonna get food from? It's not like in America, a lot of us, our situation here is different. I can go volunteer. Like me, I volunteer during the Georgia campaign here for free, door by door, when I came home from work, because I have money. But back when the guys in, he had no money. So at least, even if I don't know they can eat a day to wear. And the thing about it, to be honest with you, money, they're not asking her for a lot.
no.
I think y'all be surprised. They are not asking for a lot, but y'all be shocked. I mean, look, somebody say $100, you kids and your manager for some whole week on your box, whole week. You know, and that's 20, 30 people. They will manage it for a whole week, and they will be out there for you. So thank you for your show, and thank you, Prince. Because Prince, we all have been in it. We have been in it since 2017. I remember when you were in charge of Tennessee. I mean, the Southeast. I don't know, Cape Town, somewhere here. I talked before, but he may not remember me.
No, I remember you, and I'm glad you mentioned that. And listen, that's why they say when snake bite you, when you see any warren say, you'll be scared. You think that's another snake. And I'm telling you, I may not be on the ground in Liberia physically. I'm on the ground spiritually, tactically, and strategically. I'm listening to people. I'm doing security on security. If you tell me say you're doing something good in Cape Town, I send people in Cape Town to do the assessment of what you say you're doing as a campaign. And the response I'm getting is the same deja vu feeling that we had during the 2017 election, when we were calling around, talking to people and telling them that the feedback we are getting is not looking good, and people downplay it, and we saw the outcome of the election in 2017. So when we are talking, it's not because we're just sitting in our comfort and talking. We got people on the ground. I got assessment team that go on the ground, different communities, just ask questions and do an assessment or see what's going on. And even the very people you're talking about, they are complaining. Siddiqui has said the same thing over and over. The only thing we're telling them now, look, with the complexity of the campaign, when you get a legitimate concern, reach out to some of us here. We'll find a way to work around it. but that shouldn't stop you from doing what you're supposed to do. But the campaign need to step up the game. You're talking about fundraising. When I know you're sending messages out, your people boxes, and I just even hearing about Father Friday.
No,
Where is Ella Munger?
out there.
When you saw Ella Munger on the show here trying to make the case? When you saw you on Sekou Corner show trying to create awareness of to contribute financially? Not many people check their inboxes, but many people get time. They do the pastime. They listen to these podcasts, the different podcasts. It's like a pastime. It's like a therapy to a lot of people. One lady I know, the lady always she do live in. She go in somewhere up in New York and do a living there. It's a boring job. You just sit down and manage old people. The lady her pastime is to watch all these programs. So when she get her information from these programs, but where are these people? Where they Elas Munger, all the global people? Why the global people not taking the internet by storm, taking over the social network, making the case? I mean, I'm sorry that I had to come up publicly and make the critique. But we just need to realize. I mean, y'all do what y'all do best. We will try to do what we do best. Okay.
You're saying something. Go ahead.
Yeah, Prince. I think you hit. I think you stress a point. It's true that's one of our weakness. The global people, the global and even it's the our top executive them. As far as social media, few of them you'll see out there. Coming out. Even me. I haven't been coming out lately.
Can you imagine the guy who not to cut you off? Listen, not to cut you off. The guy who recruited me, who brought me beyond Cummings, are no coming from nowhere. I don't even know him from nowhere. They call him Luna Perkins. Yeah, I've never seen Luna Perkins on social media making a case for Cummings.
All right.
You know people who know me, they are shocked. They say, "Oh, my man, Prince, we don't know how you can talk. Be quiet, easy going man. How you get to the part of the thing and put it on your head?" The men who recruit me say they don't even come and talk. You don't even make the case for coming. But people just seeing the kind of people like that, they'll be encouraged to don't come in.
Prince. It's not everybody on the team. I'll be honest with you. From a financial standpoint, those two people that you need, the Elas Munger, the Leonard Perkins, those are our financial guru. And not everybody you see, like the Union Bidell, the Dr. King. You're not everybody you see on social media from the global team that will come here all to preach our message. Are they good people to preach our message? Yes. But the role that they are playing, and some of that one person, I'm not going to name it, you already named it, based on his job description, and based on his job description and other things that he does, he cannot be on social media doing the things that we all doing, that you doing, I doing, money is doing. They cannot do that. But I can tell you for sure, those people that you need financially, I'll be honest with you, because I just had a fundraiser in Michigan. Those guys are the big donor. Those guys, and when you say money, they put it in there. So everybody has their strength. Now, I'm not saying they're not able to communicate. They can communicate very well. But everybody has a role in global. The one thing I respect about global, everybody has a role. So Elas is not just sitting. Trust me. This might not be his strength to come here on Facebook to talk all like you, like money. Even me, like I said, I just the last 20 days I started coming on social media. This is not something I was comfortable doing. I'm comfortable doing. But I just started posting. If you go on my page now, I'm posting every day. And yeah, I'm at. And a lot of us, you always see some of us regular members who are regular members of Global, you will see us coming up saying what we're saying right now.
One of our weakest problem, and it's like when we don't tell the people what we need, we don't get it easily because the information is only within the ANC chat room. Oh, we're having this fundraiser, we're having this, we're having that. There are a lot of people out there who support Mr. Cummings who are not members of ANC that would need to reach out to them like what we're doing right now. And when it comes to, look, election is expensive. Whether they can say what they want to say, that was make us special. We are not going to put the burden on Mr. Cummings alone. There are people out there, the same people that can support me will spend the same $5 for Mr. Cummings. The other day, Prince sent $20 to me. But there's nothing wrong with Prince.
And I told you now to announce it to the whole world.
Prince, you know, I sent plenty before, so I let it go. So you think they will not ask you to? So there are a lot of people out there that can that support us, but they don't know that ANC collecting this money. Like I remember when the CPP had a program, this guy they called Arthur Dennis. Arthur Dennis went there and gave $300. He said, "Oh, I listened to the general show, and he said $300 to adopt a pool. That's some kind of thing I was starting, but nobody bought it. And he said, I will get $300 because I listened to the general saying that pool washer will cost one person or prison will cost $300. So all these things is important. We know that people in ANC can give money, but I think we need to bring our finance bill up, like what you're just doing now, appealing to the public. Because we're not talking to JMB people, we're not talking to CDC, we're talking to people who support Mr. Cummings, but they're not member of ANC. They will give that $5. They will give the other. So we need to do that. We can't just say, oh, ANC get money, man. ANC get money. Hey, we need money. We need money for elections, so there are a lot of Cummings supporters out there. And then again, I'm not advise those of us who go into America, to Liberia, if you get there, if you see the children on the ground, take 2, 3, go with them. That's what I did the other time. Don't, because they're looking, they want to eat, they want to drink, they want, because walking around. In fact, they will show you the area. Say, look, you, where you live, just get the information and tell us, okay, let's go together. Put it in the car and y'all go and do your door-to-door campaign. They will help you a lot. Don't just go there and you only collect your relative will understand. But you went there purposely for this election. Take the children that are already on the ground and let them move around with you and let them take you in the community, because they will, you will better explain and people will respect you. And at least you can help them too. How much you going to give them so much? You gave them sometimes $10 the first time, $20. Trust me. They might not even ask you again until you leave that country.
Correct.
Yes, I'm telling you. But we can't go there and say they're lazy. They are not lazy. Like my brother just said it too, they're not lazy. But these people leave the houses in the morning. Some of them get children. Some of them get their wives home. That leave $500. That leave $200. They want to take it back home. But you expect the man to go from door to door and he's sweating. He even get close and his sneakers all wet. They will say, oh, my man, you're too lazy in that country. No. When I go to the library, you know, I'm not going with my empty hand now. I got to get my own small cash to move around. Then I see the people lazy. They're not lazy, my people. But please, let's do it together. You can help them. Everybody help. Prince help. Whoever help. And that's it. So I hope you can come up here again for us to have a conversation and let us continue to tell our people and we ask for the money. They are prepared. They are willing to do it. There are a lot of people that support Mr. Cummings, but they're not member of ANC, neither the CPP, and they're just hanging out there and they want to support. People ask me, but hey, there's nothing I can do sometimes. So that's it. So let's give our closing and then I can call the day because I got other things to do.
Yeah, let me do that quick so I can leave. Hey,
Okay.
thank you very much, guys, for being here, and to the audience and everybody who want to make the change. We are kindly asking you to please do the. I know we come to you every day to ask you to help, and this time we really need that help, people. If we don't help those young men and women back home to go out there for us, door to door, we're gonna be in trouble. I'm telling you right now, I'm just be straight up.
Yep.
If we don't support the cause for these kids to go door by door and get us little $500 US, Liberian dollar, at least they can buy donut and collar, take it to their home to eat. If we don't put the money in there, I'm telling you, we're in trouble. So we're currently asking you. Nobody should say it's Mr. Cummings. Like I said earlier, it's not Mr. Cummings' responsibility for T-shirt for the campaign. It's not his responsibility for flyers. It's not his responsibility for billboard. The diaspora, when we made our commitment, when we asked him to come back and run for president, one thing I want everyone else to think, how many of us would take 15, 10, whatever millions of dollars, our own personal money? I'm not counting 2017, how much money he spent. I'm just talking about this election. We take our own personal money where you're not even guarantee you'll win, you have no clue.
Yep.
And take our own 15, 10, 12, $10 million and put it in a campaign, people. How many of us would do that? So please, I'm appealing to you and appealing to everybody. Please do your best. Whoever call you, whoever you know, whatever exonerate, whatever you can do, please help. It's not time to criticize. Of course, some of the criticisms are constructive, but let's focus on the positive and move forward and go get this job done. Thank you very much.
In fact, I think what I would do, and before I leave, the Friday show, I would try to put up the cash, the link where people can go and make some payments. So I would just dedicate that Friday show to the $5 issue. That whoever I would try to. I think I saw the information, and I will put it up, and then people can just pay. So Friday show, after we leave the radio on Friday, we'll spend another 1 hour just to talk to people and see what we can collect. It's just $5, guys. I beg you, please, let us do it every Friday. It's just for the pool watcher. We cannot. He just said it, and I said this. I've been seeing the thing before. That is why I cannot call Mr. Cummings and say, Mr. Cummings, I come into the bro. I need some small thing. It make no sense to me. So I ask you that watching me, and I say this. I appreciate you highly. My going to Liberia is not on I alone. Our operation in Liberia is from you, the lovers and the sponsors.
Money, I gotta go. I would talk to you.
Yeah, before you go, I understand that you try to
Prince, you gotta go.
Yeah. If you want to go, you can go. But I just want to tell you that all that excuses you're giving for those people there, it will not hold water with me.
Prince, I'm not here for that. The man gave me this excuse. Not excuse he gave me. The man was honest or even talk, Prince. Don't do that, man. He didn't give me an excuse. The man was
okay. All right, let me take back. Okay. Everything he's saying, for me, it doesn't hold water. I'm not going to say that as an excuse. It doesn't hold water. Okay. We understand they are chief financier, they're giving all the money, but sometimes it's necessary that they come and show their faces, encourage people, lay people off, and say something.
Praise.
Okay.
Some people when I rarely come on social media because of what they're doing.
Oh man, you work for the federal government. You go in around people's house. You putting security camera in people's house so the government can monitor them 24/7. You still come on here and talk for communists. So who working now? And then working for the CIA.
Listen.
Okay, no, let's just forget it. Money is okay. It's not important. No problem. Y'all don't consider that. Let's deal with the issue. Here's the issue of money.
Listen to me first. I got one of mine. In fact, he's my highest contributor. But he said, Munir, please don't call my name. And two, I watch your show. I can't even make comment that his own name is giving pop up.
Money, these people are not just ordinary people. These people hold high level position in the campaign. Elon Munger is the one for the diaspora. What his name? Lyndon Perkins. These are high level position people in this thing. They're not the ordinary people. You're talking about say that they're ordinary people sitting on the side. If you don't want to be in the public forum, don't hold this position. These positions call for socializing. These positions call for engaging with people. These positions call for having a relationship with people. Not being in the background, in the hiding and doing.
Prince, stop what you're doing, man. Stop what you're doing. You play with somebody and job here. Don't do that, man, Prince. You play with somebody job, Prince. Don't do that. That particular name you call in there, I know where he work. Don't do that.
I'm gonna say, listen, money.
Know where you work. Leave it. Don't do it.
Listen,
Prince.
I'm not naive. I know where he works. If that man comes on here and encourage people for making good decisions in Liberia, you will not lose his job for that. Don't tell me that, man. Don't tell me that. What are you talking about? I'm not talking about a man coming here causing people on social media or insulting people on social media so it works. It works for not to interact with own people in Liberia. And nudge people in the right direction and influence the people to do the right thing. That's why a job will fire him for that. It will affect a job for that. Is that what you're trying to tell me, money?
Don't forget the show, Prince. Don't forget the show. Don't do this. What you doing, man? You're emotional. You can't put the emotional above the kind of thing there. You calling the man. I said, don't call his name. The man is not in a place to say he won't go to when Mr. Cummings win why he run into. Don't do this, Prince. Don't do it, man. When somebody say don't do something, don't do it. This man only happy in the same way. He ain't got to come out and explain nothing. He not know the financial man, but at least for the first time, must to see someone from Global to appeal and say this. This is what we need to be doing, Prince. But don't come and don't do that, Prince. Don't do it. Leave the man alone. You can't put a man up like the man, Prince. Don't do it. It's all right to do it. I said they will not do it. They shouldn't do it. Don't do it, Prince. They're not correct. So go ahead and get your closing.
You see, that's the problem with you people. You people don't like the honest truth. When people try to tell you the truth, then you're getting your feelings, and you're trying to make people look that they don't want bring emotions. The individuals I'm talking about here, those individuals is not just people sitting down. Their whole position in the organization, and the position have a job description.
Leave this name alone. Leave this man alone. This man is not working up. Is the man the head of ANC Global? No, he's not the head of ANC Global. Okay, if you want to call it,
what is your position?
Don't do this. Don't do
it. Okay, what is his position?
Okay, leave the man alone. Leave the people alone. This is not nothing for you to do. It's not criticism. No, Prince.
What do you mean not criticism?
No.
What is it? Am I bashing? Am I insulting? Am I denigrating? What am I doing here? Money.
I don't want to just let just give me your closing. I gotta go.
Okay, listen, when we talk about objectivity and we talk about being dealing with the issue, we should not do it based on with bias. We should not just be selective in our criticism. I will criticize anybody I want to criticize, even Alexander Cummings himself. I will look in your face and I will criticize him. You like it, you don't like it, you're in your feelings, you're not in your feeling that you're.
Guys, I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good day. God bless you. And that's it. Listen, Prince is not calling nobody out here. It's not what they call out. We got people who into CPP and the ANC Global. They want money, they want job from us. They want nothing from us. But these people cannot show their faces because some of them got big profile jobs. Some of them, they cannot come on Facebook. If Prince want to argue and say, what the financial person, I just said it, that somebody from the finance place, when they need this money, when the last time you saw ANC people coming out to appeal to Liberians, say, please make a payment. All the information is right in the ANC Global chat room. So let us be honest here. You can't call people name. Do not call name. When you call in names, that means it's something different now you want to say to talk about. Elov is not from day one from Elov Mongo being chairman for CPP or ANC. You don't see Elov on social media. You don't see Dr. King on social media. You don't see Eugene be there on social media. So you want to blame them? You want to blame them that they didn't raise the money? We can't blame these people for them raising the money. Or they say ANC Global raised $250,000. What it is? It's nothing. These people promised Mr. Cummings that they will pay 50% of the election and money. Okay, where they expect Mr. Cummings to pay for t-shirt also? No. Okay, the little money they get, they do the billboards, they do anything they've been spending here and there. But always said that let them come out and say, okay, listen, we need a lot of people out there who are not members of ANC. There are a lot of people out there who are not members of CPP. So when they come out and appeal publicly, it's better. It's better. You see, other parties do that. But what I'm trying to tell Prince is that calling a man names, this man do not like to get on Facebook. He said because according to his job, it's a problem. It's good. So what good are going to do for us because he one of the strategic guy of the people how to raise money, how to do things. So you got to show your face. You want to blame me that they raise money? Or they should put their own money together and get. Mr. Cummings got friends out there that he can say, give me 10, 15 million. But what good are going to do for us? That means Mr. Cummings is selling himself out to people. So does that mean that Prince trying to express? If Prince want to talk about Monga, the chairman of ANC, fine. He can do that. But the other people you call it, leave them out. Leave them out. That's all I'm trying to say. You want to call you want to talk to Mr. Cummings, you talk to Mr. Cummings. I will allow you to criticize Mr. Cummings. I will allow you to criticize Mr. Mongo. But you call in names. I said, don't call it name. Leave them alone. I never knew the member. I met him before. And I did my own research. This man got a job that he cannot just get on Facebook to show anything. There's someone here who my highest contributor, individual. He do not get in these things then. He support Mr. Cummings, but he will not show his face. He will not even comment on social media. Even on social media, his picture is not there. He got different name because of his job, my people. Not because you support Mr. Cummings, you must jeopardize your family job too. So it's not a prince expressing himself. That one, I disagree with that. It's not because he's expressing himself. I disagree with it. How you say the man not doing his job? This man, he's just a strategic guy. A man who organizes things, how for you to raise money. That's all. That's all. The man recruited you. So the man will come now and come explain the man not a financial, he's not a finance man for ANC. He's not. Eugene be there and all these people there. They themselves, they contribute. That Cummings friend. These people, they do different things. These are the ones when they collecting money, they put more money than anything. Let me be honest with you. But if we don't put our 555 cents, the only problem that we're supposed to, the guy that came on, James, he said that we need money, we need money. I say it's good. When the last time you heard ANC person coming out there to ask? When the last time? Because they've been keeping everything when they go to a program or the information he gave is in the chat room. How many of you in the chat room? That is it. All I said that people need to come out. This is not how I feel. There is nothing personal against Prince myself. So what I took Prince off the show, but I believe that you cannot rely on emotions to go to say the people not working, the person not working. How much money we collected? It's not a man not doing his job. Kim, if someone take you around and say, okay, you're the chief of strategic, and you put your plans together, you give it to them, so they should hold you responsible. No, they can't hold you. Oh yeah, Prince not read a long time. Let me see again. But Prince, what do you think that everybody who support in a group go out to campaign? You think everybody good at what you do? I will call you back, yeah? I will call you back. Yes, I said I will call you back. Yeah, on the show. I'll call you back. No, Kim. These people are people who in the background who got all the little contacts and to do what, so someone that work with the federal government, someone that work with this place. Based on the job, they cannot even show themselves supporting any political party. Especially the man named that he will call him. The man who he said recruited him. This man cannot, even that man go to Liberia. You will not see him running around coming to show his face. It jeopardizes his job. So these people are just in the background as strategic people making a contact, making this. Eugene Bideh is my cousin from the Bideh side. These people, when they contribute, they put more money in there. They got plenty of friends. You get Dr. King, these people just in the background. These are financial people, but they're there and they put in their money and they control that money. How much? ANC raised 200,000, 30 raised 250,000. But all we need to say that, all I was saying, and Prince who said it, that we need to get people out here to appeal to everyone to make their contribution. If that's $5, that's $10. But listen, I would not hold Mr. Ability. Oh, he the CP chairman, and they won't go and know. Everybody has a role. They get the people in ANC, their responsibility is to have a program and raise money. So if they need to put people out there to talk to us like what the man just did. When the last time you listen to ANC people, apart, I can knock myself and tap myself on the shoulder to tell people, say, we need money for pool washer. I've been saying it. I've been saying it. Now, if I want to complain, people can bear me witness. I have said it over and over. We need to have a fundraiser to raise money for pool washer, $300 to adopt or prison, $300. I said it over and over. Nobody paid mine. And today, someone just came up and said they got the $5 thing here, which is not. But they can keep it in the chat room from now to Judgment Day. It's only for people who are member of ANC to pay $5 every Friday. But what about Kim? If they can come out here, Kim will say, okay, well, $5, I can get $10, man. And Morella Mo will say, oh, I get $5. And brother, to remind people, that's all. Just to remind people. So, but when Prince doing it, you can't be too personal, you can't be too emotional, you can't take things you piss off because they're doing their work. The problem we got is the money. Mr. Cummings can run his campaign, but maybe Mr. Cummings set for 45 days campaign that he know he can spend his own money. So all we're trying to do the basic. Don't worry about the big stuff. Don't worry about the gasoline, the cars, the whatsoever. But put billboards up. It can't come from Cummings' pocket. Put flyers up. It can't come from Cummings' pocket. You got in the ANC, ability to spend, Mr. Cummings spend. But the good thing with the CPP, with the ANC, our members are spending compared to Liberty Party. But ability to do most of the spending for Liberty Party. We don't expect Mr. Cummings to do anything. And you know what I'm saying? So, Prince, this is nothing personal. I'm sorry, but I just don't want you to go too far and it will not look too good. You say he recruited you. I met that guy before. I talked to him before. I asked him questions, and he will belong to me. I see the man go to all the ANC program. That man will sit by himself. You won't see him going around Mr. Cummings too much because he don't want to be exposed on certain things. It would jeopardize him. You know what I'm saying, my Liberian people? So the biggest problem is contributing. You think because they say ANC call it raise 200,000 and apply the money, 300,000 of money for election in Liberia? The people promise to spend 15% of whatever the election will cost. They spend it. No. Brother still ready. She take her money and send it to ANC. She ready. She help us. That is what we're talking about. But if we can come on every Friday, and I will do it every Friday, I will get the information and post it up. Please, even at $10 we'll raise on Friday. All you need to just send it to that particular site. You not send it to me because somebody made a mistake again when send ANC and money to me, and some people it just blew up crazily like that. Prince, that is why I cut you off. You asked the question, I answer you. I told you to stop it. That is why I cut you off. If you want to take it hard, well, I know you can take it nowhere. You can take it hard, and there's no bad bush or bad child. I cut you off because I say forget it, and I put you behind on the. I put you in time out. I put you time out and all, but you're still talking. I say leave it. This is not the place. Please, we all can blast, we all can talk, but there's certain things we're not supposed to. If you started a conversation about calling names, leave these people. Their positions, the holding got nothing to do with why no money. It has nothing to do with it, Prince. That is why I cut you off. So you answering brothers, you're out of your Christian. No, Jesus. Brother, please apologize to Prince because he's called Prince out of Christian. And let me tell you, Stanton have been lying to the Liberian people. And we talk about it today, it was on the radio. And we'll talk about it next week again. Stanton have been lying, say he was not guilty. Our Liberian people, any Liberian who said, oh, Stanton, God bless you, this and that, did I say they corrupt? God will bless Stanton, and God will stay upon Stanton. The court, Stanton waived his right. Stanton pleaded guilty to, I think, count 18 or something, the biggest one. And I think they dropped all the other ones. Stanton waived his right. He's not going to vote in America. He will not get no Medicaid. He will not get anything in America. And November 2nd, he will be sentenced. He could be sentenced from up to 20 years, or maybe he could be sentenced less than that. So based on his lawyer. But Stanton lawyer pushed all these things because Stanton want to be part of the whole campaign. Stanton is of the belief that when Joseph Boakai win, he will go to Liberia. They will deport him. They will go to. But one thing I would say, in America, when you're an American citizen, they don't deport you. They can reduce you to resident. And when you sneeze, they will deport you. They will never take your. I got somebody, so nobody should argue about it. I got a friend who was an American citizen. He was into a serious mess. Today, he's a green card holder. And they told him, when they just bring him in front of the judge for some stupid thing, he out. They will deport him. So when you're an American citizen, when he serves his time, they might end up reducing his citizenship to resident. They will not deport him because he's an American citizen. He could not even remember the year he became American citizen. So everything he had.
Now they put their money, they see people, they say, we say, Cummings is the best man to do the job. But they say, they get Johnson, they get Waka, they 5 years, they 2009, they get 2 years. But I say, after I say he was big tech, he was this and that. But they Waka left there. Because all the people went to the big and all. They say he will be vice president to work out. That they wanted what they had. They said no.
So what happened today? What is it happened today?
I said today, and they said he was supposed to go around and say it today.
Who's that?
Cummings.
Oh yeah, I think they went to Divine Flyer today on the boulevard. Yeah. But anyway, I will call you, we'll talk. I mean, finish what I'm doing. Okay, yeah? I will call you back. You know, all the information can be coming in. So you're sorry. Okay, listen, man. I think I got to call because my phone is connected to my iPad when someone tries to call me. But anyway, so November 2nd, they will be sentencing him. He pleaded guilty. He tried to apologize. And one of the lawyers, in fact, go on Gilman page and you will see the entire thing. They said that if any Liberians who are affected, if you know that you went to the Stanton school or whatsoever, you can also sue him and they're seizing his property. I think they're taking half of his property. They're taking most of his stuff from him and he surrendered he waived his right on everything. So when you saw him on that show yesterday, I don't understand why he think that people are stupid people. He think Liberians are stupid. These are the same person. Don't you know that boy gave Mr. Boakai $250,000 when Boakai came recently, and they shared the money when they said they packed the money and they went to Liberia. So they know how they took the money from here. So the man, he had been convicted. He only waiting for prison time. So this is not about and you got to go to the competent court of jurisdiction to find you guilty or whatsoever. He's not guilty. He's guilty. This same man said I will lie. But guess what? He went to the court with a lady and a lawyer by himself. Why the other boy went with a lot of people? You think if Stanton was a good guy, a lot of librarians were not going to follow him. And he's not a good guy. Let me tell you. Whether he got money, he tried to. This man disrespect a lot of people. He disrespect a lot of people. So I don't want to even dignify his behavior. A criminal is a criminal. He stole from the American people and gave people fake degrees, especially in the healthcare business. That's why Joseph Boakai said afraid to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. The man has been convicted. He'll be sentenced November. But he believed that Joseph Boakai will win. When Joseph Boakai win, then he will push for them to deport him to go home, and he will get a job in Joseph Boakai government, or he will do a small little business. Maybe the little money that remain, he will use it. But your money is your money. Nobody give a damn. But it's a white collar crime, to be frank. So the law is the law. They're not Liberia. If they're in Liberia, it will not even reach the court. So that's all I can say. He messed up big time. He guilty. The man said I will lie. The man said they put lie on him. The man guilty. The man pleaded guilty. So they still got it on 20 years until the judge can decide. But they still saying that it's a 20 years prison. So if his lawyer know how to play the game, maybe they will reduce it to 5 years, 10 years. It could be 3 years. Depends. But the thing is that he waived his right, and it's a felony. So he's not going to vote. He will not vote in this country. He will not participate. Even the place he at right now, if Liberian people put together and start to complain him that this man is in America and try to cause problem in Liberia, he juke. Yes. But the man came out yesterday, was acting strong, but I think he was calling from a hotel. It was not his house. He was calling from a hotel. Yeah. So, he missing all the big life, and so that's it. Well, I know some of y'all think that it's so, as well as some of the stupid UP people, when you talk about it, yeah, that in America, that your business, y'all hate the man. Bunch of criminals. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, I know Prince will get vexed with me. He'll not want to come on the show again. That business. Bad bush for bad cha. But what I was trying to say here, Kim, you do not call certain people name. You don't call. If Elon was not doing his job, you won't criticize him, fine. If the other people, you talk about Moriah, I'm got mad. You can criticize people. But not everything that comes from Liberia is think that truth. The guy people say, oh, we see nobody else. Look, in Liberia, the people that t-shirt, that not easy. Everybody want t-shirt. Everybody want this. Imagine running for president. Even CDC. Don't think CDC got t-shirts all over? People still complain about t-shirt. GMB complain about t-shirt. What about the ordinary people that got t-shirt? The ordinary other 10, 18, 20 candidates, they got t-shirt? No. Not t-shirt we eat. We got a lot of work to do. So we won't raise the money. So Friday, next week, we'll start a fundraiser. Also, I got to start my own fundraiser so I can go to Liberia. I'm going to say, I just fixing. Not easy. We do our own too. Y'all have a good day. Bye for now. Y'all have a good weekend. Drive safely. Kim, I eat your money long time. Brother, I'm waiting for you. Yes. Vote number 4. That's true. UP fighting, you have to retain a late 30,000. That's true. Y'all bye. I love you guys. Bye for now.